everybody, this is Captain Valen. As you can see, it's more than just me today. We're here with JD Legend, Vulture Valley, and Hunter himself. I'll let them give their own introductions because they know how great they are.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, of course, I'll go first because I'm that nigga. What's going on, y'all? The boy Vulture Valley here, sitting in on the Captain's Consortium. Once again, if you have not peeped that name out yet, that shit is great. Need you to go say it as much as you possibly can in any sentence. I'm just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Go check out my channel if you want to go see some spade stream where I got the rings to prove the greatness. If anybody want to hop on these spades and take this L, just let me know. And that does it.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go next here. What's up, everybody? Don, Godfather, Future Hall of Famer, JD Legend, Valen, thanks for having me here. I'm really excited to talk about One Piece and kind of just get some different perspectives because I've been pretty vocal about how I felt about the last couple of chapters, but I really want some good debate and really want to see if is there something I'm missing? I want to know if there's something I'm missing. So I'm excited about this.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm super about it. All right, Hunter?
Yeah, I'm Hunter. I'm nothing special. This is my first time in a stream, so I don't have a YouTube channel like these fancy guys, especially Jay, big boy in the house.
The fancy guys.
I'm a fellow Brit like Jay, though.
Exactly.
I'm a dual citizen. British.
I'm a dual citizen. I still claim the British half, so it is what it is.
Yeah, when they want you to go to war.
When they go to war, once they do the American draft, I'm gonna dodge that draft. Go to the UK. Once they do the UK draft, I'm gonna dodge that. Go back to the US. It'll be great.
And my door's open. I'll welcome you back.
Yeah, I want dual citizenship with Puerto Rico. Except it's just they don't treat it like it's American, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're gonna start with the introduction of Oden Kazuki, or Kazuki Oden rather. And one of my favorite things about this is the beautiful ukiyo-e that they represented that was really popular for during the Edo period and beyond, where they had like huge landscapes that were drawn basically over the entire side of like not buildings, but like walls, like murals. Fuck, I couldn't figure the word out. But they had huge murals, and this harkens back to those. And I really like, and I mentioned it in the video I linked up on Twitter earlier today, that I really like ukiyo-e art in general. And so I see some things here that are really reminiscent of that and kind of a throwback. So I think the lens that I have is different because I went into this with the expectation that I wasn't going to get some things, so it might seem incomplete. You know what I mean? Like there might be some things that don't feel like they should have hit so hard, even though they should have.
Are you referring to just the flashback right now?
Yes, just the flashback, not One Piece entirely, just the flashback.
No, I thought you meant like Wano is what I thought you were starting with, like, you know, the beginning of that.
No, Wano, the flashback counts in all the stuff I said too.
Okay, cool.
It's just dripping with folklore and ukiyo-e and aoi and all sorts of old kabuki throwbacks and stuff like that, which is freaking brilliant.
Could that be one of the main reasons why the American audience doesn't get it and doesn't hit as much for them as other, I guess the intended audience, because it is a Japanese manga? Like everything you said kind of flew over everyone's head, and we kind of filled that void with, I guess, like story. I guess the traditional story that we were kind of looking for. Yeah.
Jay, you look like you had something you wanted to throw out.
Oh no, I'm just chilling for now.
I try to
just loading up the barrels now.
Knowledgeable of like the visuals in case people like got something to say and they're trying not to be rude and people like just have all sorts of stuff that they do. So I just try to be aware of that. But, all right.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. You're saying about him doing all the art and everything that's traditional and everything, but is he doing that and sacrificing the story at the same time?
I think he's sacrificing the story to the Western audience to pay tribute to the Eastern culture that he loves.
Another thing, today, is it today or tomorrow? The official came out today. So I think today is like actually National Oden Day. Mm-hmm. So hooking up all these crazy ass dates 5 billion years in advance that might also have a little something to do with the story, because I don't know how you write a complete cohesive story that hits every single beat every single time while paying tribute to the East while hitting these dates at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Go ahead.
I feel like Oda's beyond the point of trying to hit his base. Like, he's created such a fervent audience, and this is kind of something we all know, and I, for one, will be one of the first to say I dislike people that take whatever he does and just say it's golden no matter what.
Yes.
That's not okay. You need to be, in order to actually appreciate something, you have to be able to be objective. Or else it's just
facts.
Being a sycophant, and that's I'm not a fan.
Every chapter is not a 9 or 10.
Exactly.
Somebody had to say it.
I know Jay's been liking them like 10s lately, but for me they've been like between 6 and 7s.
Right?
Jay, you giving out 10s like that?
That's all this cat, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cat.
I actually like the flashback. So, because I do believe that the way that Oden grew and the influence that people like Roger and Whitebeard have becomes pretty evident later on, especially with the dancing and the things he's willing to do for his family. Like, Roger is a fucking fool 80% of the time. We saw that shit. We love that shit. I'll speak for myself. I love that shit. All right. So he has no problem being a fool to lesser men because he knows where his status is. And the fact that he stepped up to do all that for the people of Oden and to really take responsibility for his family's part and Wano's part in, the extermination of an entire clan. Like, that to me sounded a lot like Whitebeard, like the whole standing for your family thing, taking what's, being a man.
Do you happen to believe that I want to say, if you would like to kind of put a percentage on it, when it goes to how much Oden put in, like danced, like all right, so we had a percentage, like this much is because what his family did to Orochi's family, and the other half was because he believed about the hostages, or you think it's like an even 50-50, like it's hostages and family?
I think, if anything, it's 30-30 with the fact that in the last chapter, which we've all seen, so I'm speaking on that. If you don't want spoilers, you're in the wrong place. He even said that part of why he's doing this is because of the Kozuki clan's parts in insulating them from the world and taking them away from the huge power, which we're going to know as the world government. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's not really conjecture. That's just semantics, right? And Sama being the high point of this is that great power that they're speaking of.
I gotta see it because not Oden, but Kaido's kind of precursor for that. Kind of like showing them like, hey, motherfuckers come in here, they're gonna start running shit their way, and they're gonna throw the people aside. And they didn't want that. That was kind of what they were fighting to stop in the first place.
Do you not think like Toki's role has become more irrelevant now that Oden's taken her whole speech about their past and everything, the prophecy? He's just made her even more useless. She's just now. Everything's useless with what she said. Everything she could have done and has done could have been put on a poneglyph and done.
You're talking about Toki, right?
Yeah.
No, I think that's one of like the biggest gripes that I've had is with some of the characters in this flashback. I think Toki, we had like a very big emphasis on her role in the flashback and in Oden's story. The fact that she's the one who gave the prophecy. It was Toki's prophecy. So we're thinking, okay, Toki knows a lot of things. We have all these theories that Toki might be. We found out she's from 800 years in the past. It's like, okay, so Toki's possibly from the voice entry. She's giving out prophecies. Like, she knows a lot of stuff. So you think, okay, she's the one who's going to tell Oden about all the stuff that's going to happen in the future. Turns out Oden's the one who gave her the prophecy to begin with. So I'm like, all right, so if Toki's not giving the prophecy, what is she doing? Why did she want to go to Wano?
She's moving.
I was listening to Chicks earlier. He was saying the same thing. Goes, what was the point of introducing a time fruit to be as useless as it has been now?
I mean, she's
the Deus Ex Machina for what he wants to happen with the plot, but may not have the time to do. And I don't think it's done as good as Oda can do, but like it's what we got. You know what I mean? It ain't great, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it ain't. It doesn't have to be. Not everything
have
has
to be,
to
I
be.
agree.
There has to be like peaks and valleys, and anybody who thinks any anime or manga or book or movie or anything needs to be a fucking Marvel action movie where it's just go 900% of the time, you're fucking wrong. All right.
Yeah.
There's,
So,
like,
No, I get
as far
that,
as the
but
letter, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just saying I agree with that. But why introduce a character that's got so much prevalence and potential just to put him on the back burner again straight away? It's like, why? You're just wasting.
Well,
Story.
okay. So for this, so a lot of people looking at the letter as, all right, the speech that Toki gave about 20 years in the future was 100% hers, and there was no reason to think against that. But then when we go and we see what actually happened, all Oden did was 50% of the work. Someone still had to put the fear of what's going to happen in 20 years into the people and into their enemies. So Toki still had to deliver the letter, and she still had to transport motherfuckers to the future. Was not well, it's a simple thing because she has the fruit, but it's still a big part. Like that's a very powerful fruit, and that's a very
Yatsu could deliver the message. Like him being alive in the future and being the like kind of connective tissue between all of this, like the real cognizant strong tie that binds the future and the past, or sorry, the current and the flashback, because he's alive in both, and he's for no reason at all, he's thrown in a couple of times, not only to show Oden's growth as a character, but to show that he knows, strictly that he knows things. You know
right,
what I mean?
but at the same time, even though he could have said it, she would have still had to have done it. And I think we might not be done with the flashback. Like the flashback might end next chapter. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of people think it's gonna end this chapter because what was said, like, oh, we're tumbling toward the future. But it doesn't mean we're actually gonna get there. Tumbling towards is still a motion. So it could be half the future, half still there. I'm thinking. So I'm thinking whatever Toki's gonna do, giving the speech while maybe transporting all these dudes with her power in front of everybody, or I'm saying secretly, that's still like I want to say a big part, because Oden, his gesture before he died, a lot of people think it was holding all the people up, holding all the people above their heads in the oil, but it was another thing to whereas he didn't trust Oden to let him go because he knew he was going to die. He said so in the pot. He let the people know, no matter what happens, I can do the impossible, and Orochi's still going to fuck you over because he just wants to destroy the country. So I'm thinking a lot of things that we thought Oden didn't have planned out, he planned out. He can be a fool, he can be naive, but he has a lot of forethought, and he's grown a lot, just like Valen said, over the course of the time skip. And that was one of the things, letting Toki bring everyone back to the future, to ensure his dream, giving the letter, like all that has meaning to it.
Yeah, Valen, you answered my question earlier on a DM, I think, on Twitter, talking about Lady Toki. Not only did she have the opportunity with the swords, the opportunity to fast track everyone else to the future again from the prison cells, another pointless position to put her there.
I think a lot of people overestimate the scope of her ability, like by a great deal. Like we hear time fruit, and we automatically go to this fucking magnificent place where she's breaking pockets of time and sending people wherever the fuck she wants, really goddamn nilly. When really there can be really fucking harsh, restraints on this. You know what I mean? Like,
again, they could have delved into that.
I was actually thinking about this. The average lifespan for a human is like 140, 150 years in the world of One Piece. All right. So what if that's the amount of time you have to go forward and backward with? Oh, no, it already said 300 years. Never mind, I'm wrong. Never mind, let's continue.
Like 800 years.
Wait a fucking minute.
She's the owner of the time fruit. So what if she doesn't ever age?
Maybe she took a bunch of people's time. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. That's the thing.
She might, it's like sugar. She might not age.
Sorry. And I say it all the time, is there's the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns. All right. There's shit you don't know, and there's shit you don't know. And that's where Oden likes to play around a little bit. Like, we knew there's so much that we know that he kind of uses through subterfuge and kind of subtly nudges at and hints at, like the sword stuff and the tattoo on Akainu and the role that that's going to play in Wano via various conversations. Yo, so is you all right? You're gonna get
it. There he is.
Because I
Jay.
got my man.
What's good?
Here.
The man.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa. Now that there's more people. All right, we're gonna do this gentlemanly because we're all gonna get time to speak and say our pieces. All right.
All right.
Screw hype.
Possible. God damn it.
What's happening, hype?
Not much. Chilling at my mom's house.
You still hate Oden?
Nah, I don't really want to hate Oden, but there's some reason why I want to hate him, but I just choose not to right now.
So you're suppressing it. You're growing as a person, just like Oden did. I'm proud of you.
God, it's just pushed his hatred more onto Sanji. That's all.
Oh Jesus! Come on, bro.
There's nothing wrong with hating Oden, bro.
I like base form Sanji, but not like.
Yo, stop with this form. You talk about second form Sanji and shit. Like I can't deal with it.
There's base form Sanji, there's second form Sanji, and there's third form Sanji.
There's also Yonko Sanji. Don't forget
Big
that.
facts.
So the form thing is approved of. We're good. There we go.
Lies. It's only Yonko form, raid suit, and then like.
You know what? While I have everybody here, I've never actually given my opinion on this, and I want it to be heard while Jay's here because I think it's going to
Here we go.
Sanji and the Whole Cake Island is that the Western audience doesn't get the Eastern focus on a career and your dedication to a craft, and a lot of that was lost. And for me, like that showed that Sanji was dedicated to something bigger than himself, and it's the concept. And I actually love the way he was portrayed all throughout Whole Cake Island, except for when he went balls deep in the captain. That was not great. Like he was really trying on that. I don't have to like everything, but I like the whole
real
thing.
Quick on that, actually, to actually ask the question upon that. So you're saying he was putting his chef dreams before, kind of a lot of shit because of the handcuffs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all right. So a lot of people bring that up. Well, not that specifically, but that, and then like him fighting the captain, which is like whatever to me.
Mm-hmm.
Zoro kind of proved to Kuma that he was willing to put his swordsmanship aside. Does that bring down Sanji not putting his chef's shit behind Luffy's dreams? And Zoro,
Sanji was willing to put his life on the line as well. So in the same moment, they were both willing to put their life on the line for Akuma. So he's sacrificing his dream as well.
Yeah, in that moment, people like to take a lot away from Sanji on that, but in the moment, they were both willing to do the same thing. Zoro just reacted in a way that, in my opinion, and you don't have to agree with this, saved Sanji's life.
It did.
Get the fuck out.
I agree with Buddy on that one. He did kind of save him.
No, he didn't. Sanji's a modified human. He's stays stronger than Zoro, so he would have survived that shit too. Get out of here!
Oh come on, he was getting his ass handed to him if he tried it.
Yeah, the call just filled up,
man. Buildings like that.
Yeah.
No,
yo, I'm not saying nothing.
Are you kidding me? Before Sanji was kicking through buildings, Zoro was throwing them. Don't get that shit twisted.
Yeah, because he.
Jay's getting wound up. Look at his face, right there.
I'm surviving, bro. I ain't mad.
I give Sanji all the respect. I feel like I feel like I'm on an even kill because everybody knows the best Straw Hat is Usopp. He's the bravest Straw Hat, period. There's no questions, no argument.
Just because you're the bravest.
Nobody feels fear. He feels fear in a way that negates devil fruit, and he still does what he needs to do. None of those other sons of bitches are scared. They're confident.
I feel like I can contest this, but I choose not to.
I'm going to hit you with that fisherman karate punch.
See, as a fan of Sanji, I cannot say I dislike Sanji.
Y'all see this cap? Do you hear the cap? Stop lying.
BDV and all his cap.
All of it, bro. You're not a fan. Please.
I'm a fan. What do you mean?
Take your hat off, nigga. Take that.
Born again fan.
Oh, born again fan. Yo, I like that.
It's all cap.
Do you have any proof of this cap?
Any proof of this?
I can pull up so many.
Let's back on track real quick. Back on track.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Wano. The portrayal of Oden in the beginning is a very clear kind of throw to him being the almost represented by the embodiment. If you feel like his body language and you've seen a lot of movies, Toshiro Mifune. He's very famous throughout a lot of Akira Toriyama's works, and he's basically like the Cary Grant or Clark Gable of.
God damn, Alan, you really went in the background for all this, didn't you?
Oh no, I actually happen to love Japanese cinema. Like and Clark Gable. I like old shit. All right, y'all leave me alone.
No, I'm saying that shit was impressive. I forgot about that nigga.
But
apt comparison.
The way he talks about people, the way like he gives speeches, it's very reminiscent of a lot of the ways. And with the correlation I made earlier in the video a year ago, with Zoro being Sanjuro with the name and stuff, like that being a character that was played by Toshiro Mifune, I think they're making a lot of connections between the two intentionally, and a lot of them are like kind of wink wink nudge nudge suggestions, and I'm really digging it because I want to know what the connection is, and I really feel like there is one, especially.
Hello?
Hey, there we go. We finally.
Hey,
So what I'm hearing about is Zoro's gonna kill Kaido.
Oh, God.
hey,
wow.
guys. Hey, Val, I don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I kind of take over for a second. I'm gonna leave. I didn't want to stay too long. I just wanted to say something.
All right, let it out. Let's give the man his soapbox. Let's hear it.
So, this is nothing One Piece related. I haven't read One Piece in a month. I haven't actually been doing much of anything as of late.
But
Just today, I buried my father. So I just wanted to.
Oh, let it out, man. Real talk.
Yes. Thank you. It's been weird. It's been very weird, and I know I've been basically not here. The only content I've put on my the last 2 months, 2 movie reviews. It's been very hard. A week before my dad died, my friend shot himself in the head. So this last month has been very complicated for me. But now that they're both buried, and I've it's all. Thank you. Now that they're both buried, though, I have some weird perspective, and there's one thing I realized is that I can't just retreat into myself like I've been doing for so long. Yeah, it's time to go back to living my life. I think that's what they would want me to do. So I will be coming back. One of the first things I have to do is catch up on, the manga I've been reading and doing content. But I just wanted to tell all you guys that, you guys in a way are family to me, more than you would probably realize or will perceive.
Thank you, sir.
Oh no, it's no problem. I'm saying thank you, Valen, Vulture, Morgan. Z-Boy's not here, Loner's not here. It's just, but Stoney's not here. But you guys are awesome, and I can't wait to get back to making content with all of you. And I just
I'm here for it. And man, you mentioned this the other day, like you was going through it, and I've been, dropping lines, letting you, take your time, but letting you know that people are here. Never, ever think you ain't got people, because you just got one line away from any one of these dudes. You know what I mean?
Right. That's 100%.
I don't know you, but don't swallow your emotions either.
I don't know. I don't know who you know and who you don't, but you know what I mean.
Don't call Hunter; he's not going to help you. But the rest of us will.
Man, get off of my ass.
That's
was I not good?
Like a lot of help for me. Like when I just recently lost mine.
Okay.
My father.
So
and Hunter, he's been helping me out a lot though.
And Hype done the same for me when I lost my mum. So we've all been there for each other. So don't feel like none of these boys ain't gonna help you, man. Don't worry, we all know.
100%, man. You take whatever time you need to know we're always here.
I didn't hear any of that.
Well, they said I was trash. That's all you need to remember.
The fact that you could even come on here and actually say that, oh, he's gone. Damn.
Yep.
I'll say it anyway. The fact that he could even come on here and actually say that and thank people. To me, I consider him a very, very strong man for that. It's a very strong man to be able to do something like that. Very courageous. So I
that's understanding where you are as a man, and so many people are lost in their own footsteps.
Yeah,
to be able to find out where you are,
like
to find out where you are, to know where your feet are. That's a big thing. Like, and I appreciate and respect you coming for that.
That's something I couldn't even do. I'd stay to myself.
I know.
I ain't never wrong with that, man. That's just tough. I'm not ready to be real 100% right now. I am not ready. So
no. Being open like that is hard because you can hear the man in his voice. He's about to break.
You can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. But again, like I said, I'll be able to do it in general.
Okay.
Go on, Jay.
I'm sorry about that, Pass. But I didn't hear what you had said, man. But thank you very much. Like, I mean, I know you. That doesn't matter, like, because when people speak from the heart, that's what matters. I just want to say I didn't mean to hijack your stream. So we'll be back eventually. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a very different man than I was. But that's all right, It's just I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do from here on out. I would mostly I just wanted to make sure Valen and the Vulture and whoever wants to come this Monday. I really want to do the first episode of the what I'm gonna call the Soul Cast, and I think it'll be therapeutic for me. It'll be helpful. So I just want to make sure we're still coming through.
Yeah, man, just put the time.
I told you gave me the time, and I'll be there, and you did, and I'll be there.
So I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, New Orleans. So I can't hear anything.
You're doing so many other things right now. Don't even worry about this.
Just don't go to Bourbon Street. That's it.
I was say
stay away from Bourbon Street.
Wait. What's going on in Bourbon Street? I want to go there now. What's going on?
You will be fine.
Go to a bar
called
the Swamp.
Place right now.
Go to the Swamp. Go to a bar called the Swamp.
I like to go. I love to go places where people tell me not to go.
Shit. This nigga got his Luffy on right now.
He's a Virgin Island, doesn't he? And goes for it.
Exactly. You don't see this lightning strike.
I will be that one guy like, yo, we might need to go over there.
Shit.
I'm so grateful that that's one thing I like. It's not the first time it's happened. That's actually I can't remember the first, and I feel like an ass for it. But like that people feel comfortable enough on my streams to be that raw and honest. Like that should mean the world to me. Like that they feel like my presence, regardless of however many else, and it could be the individuals that aren't me. I'm just saying how I feel. You know what I mean? Like
the Real Nigga Hour on Valen channel always.
Valen, I think it was Valen because you previously done like mental health streams as well, like get yourself together sort of streams as well, which is positive for people to see.
It's true. I try to. I fell out of those because of my own shit, but yeah. But fuck, man. Yo, love the people you got. Real talk. That's the end of the day. You never know when you're not gonna have them.
And let them know too.
Yeah.
People don't let other people know, and then it hurts when they're gone.
Yeah, that hits harder than most anything right now.
Yeah, I got kicked in the bollocks last night about a situation, and I couldn't talk to my mum, and it was like shit. I went to phone her phone, and it was like one of those moments, like what the fuck?
Yeah, like, oh shit, they're not here, man. Y'all want to stop this?
Like with my father, like I didn't even just say it, but with my father, it's funny because he wasn't around when I was younger. But as I got as soon as I turned a teenager, he was there. And at that moment, he said, "Yo, I can't be your dad, but I can be your best friend." But since then, he's been my best friend, and if there's any issue I had going on with any female or anything, I let him know. He'll tell me exactly from his experience what I should move and do next. And as of recently, I'm having a problem with this female. I'm like, I'll call my dad. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's not here. I can't call him. So
fuck situations, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm like, shit. And then it's just there's not many people I could talk to in a situation because it's a personal situation relationship wise, and he's been the person I talked to for years.
Valen, I do the same thing. That's so funny. Oh man!
It was all mid to lower back.
I feel it. I feel it. Bro, Jay had to go cry for a second. Nigga, I feel it.
I actually need to put a hoodie on. Or put my LeBron jersey on, one or the other.
Yo, you sure you don't want to trade that in for a Kawhi jersey? I got you, fam.
Fuck Kawhi.
I got you, man.
Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you showing up. You just missed the heavy part, so. Actually, you're probably honestly right towards the ass end of the heavy part.
Oh shit, Ali.
We should get Ali in here.
Yeah.
Ali,
get her in here.
I no longer have any hate for Oden Kazuki.
What Ali is?
Oh,
it's Ali. What's up, Ali?
Oh.
So if she wants in, she can jump in.
That's why Jay's hiding. He doesn't want to show his pecs off.
Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
The muscles.
Trying to get on
for the stream.
You gotta show him.
You talking about muscles? You talking about BDV?
Oh no, he was sorry. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Real goddamn.
That's the useless muscle.
I had to take a moment because when somebody's that real and raw, you got to feed on that emotion. If you can't feel that emotion when somebody's giving it to you, you ain't living right. That's like
got to sit in that moment.
So, and goddamn it, like Soul's one of the first people that like put me on stream too. Like when I started a year and a half ago, like real talk. It's so to watch him go through it. That's rough. I'm sorry for that.
I remember when I was in a Soul stream. I think he was there too, and we ended up talking about fucking border patrol and shit. Like we was going deep.
Yeah, and we went every direction, dude. Like,
bro, it was wild.
So I love about Soul streams though, because you don't know where you're gonna go. It's just off the cuff.
We was in there. That shit was fire.
Oh shit! Wait, how many people? All right.
Ali was in there crying. I knew it's somebody. Getting emotional.
Right. Have no fear, the loner is here.
Bad boy. What's happening, loner?
Yo, somebody with another nice Abby?
Yeah, we out here. The man.
Who said yours was nice? Hype.
Oh,
it's the Abby gang.
Yeah, yo, hype. You still selling those shirts, right?
Yeah, I just gotta get back in the business of making money first.
Cool.
But I'm still making money off the Donovan shirts though.
Man, please stop this.
No, Jay, this is real. I am making money off of Donovan merchandise.
It's kind of ridiculous.
That's crazy.
This man got Donovan shirts, pillows. He's gonna have a laptop case soon, phone cases.
And people are actually buying them. I am surprised.
Man, get your money, but goddamn,
there's more degenerates out there than I thought.
Yes, there are.
Do you have a shirt with like 3 pieces of silver on it?
It's crazy.
I might need to take that, put on there a shirt.
Donovan was in a couple chapters, and this man will live on forever. I just don't understand.
There we go. All right, I sent her the link. She can put. Oh,
yeah,
6.
You're at 6. The max is 6.
Oh shit!
I can hop out if you want.
Oh, do you want me to hop out?
No, Loner, you just got here. Vulture, you were the first. You was proud of that earlier.
I'm out of here and let Ellie in.
Give it a minute. Give her time to do her thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? No rushing. Nobody's kicking anybody out.
But yeah, we got all the way off track. So if you want to go back to Wano, is now the time to do it.
Well, I do not dislike Oden anymore. Actually, he's all right, I guess.
I feel like this is cap. I just don't know what to believe anymore with BDV and liking people.
What? Just because I'm a born again fan of Sanji doesn't mean I can't like other people.
You hated this man, Oden, like almost off jump. It was like toward the middle, really. And now all of a sudden, okay, what converted you? What converted you?
What converted me?
I gotta know.
At first, I didn't like him because it just felt like, dude, he cut a boar in half, and then the next chapter, it's back alive.
If he stapled that bitch together, you ain't never stapled something back together.
No, it was the person who had Leo's fruit.
Between me and you, duct tape cannot fix everything.
It was the person who had Leo's fruit before Leo had it. The Stitch fruit. What do you mean? We know this.
So you're gonna stick somebody? No, I'm not. We did this earlier.
It's awakened. You can stitch neural patterns back together.
And then on top of
that, it was really a mountain god.
Yeah, I was excited for him to kill the mountain guy, and then next chapter they killed the whole hype of it.
Oh, so you're saying it just put itself back there because it's an actual god?
Yeah, they have crazy strong, kind of almost deific animals in this. So I mean, look at that devil goat that walks around with Sengoku.
Yo, stop! Don't feed into this violence.
That goat is evil as fuck.
That goat, Sengoku's goat, is the same. Stop it.
Do not believe the hype of the goat, bro. That goat
burns down orphanages. I'm saying it. There it is.
Okay.
As an orphan, I had to run from that goat. All right.
Someone had to say it.
Get back to Wano. Who's the traitor now?
Get back to Wano.
It's the mountain god, of course.
Oh, yeah, the flashback really showed how not only did he go from kind of completely independent, think for himself, or fuck everybody, I don't give a shit, I'll disrespect all of your bones, to somebody who would put himself on the line. And the journey to that is, I feel, understated. Am I allowed to say that? Like, I think that's a lot of people's problem with it, Jay. Like, it's...
Was it implied that the guy that died that he cooked his food on, was that Shinobu's dad?
No, that was his own father.
Whose?
That was his father, Oden.
No, it wasn't Oden's father. It was it was someone else.
I'm sure they showed a picture of Shinobu when she was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure they said it was like the same resemblance.
Oh, all right, my bad.
And she was Oden from that point onwards. That's what I think it was implying.
The fuck, Shinobu?
I think one of my biggest gripes with Wano, I mean, I like Wano. Let me not say Wano. One of my biggest gripes with the flashback in general is that I felt like there hasn't been enough attention to detail in regards to these certain characters where, I don't even say a true connection, because some people feel connected to Oden. So let me not disrespect their connections, but I just feel as though I wasn't able to garner a connection with Oden, just because when it seems as though Oden has always been Oden from the beginning all the way to the end. But then you see a certain change in his character where all of a sudden he is worried about the well-being of his country. He's a family man. He's taking the consideration of the people's wishes on when he really wasn't thinking that way beforehand. But it seems as though that transformation is just assumed that it happened because he sailed with Roger and Whitebeard that entire time. So it's as though I didn't get to see it. And you don't even need like a long page or a panel. You just need to see one moment where you see that change in him. And I don't think I got that moment to have that connection to say, yeah, this is what changed Oden. It kind of just happened. And that's always been my issue. Is like, I can't draw a connection to something that just happens. I'd like to see it flesh out in maybe a panel or two or something.
Doesn't seem like he changed.
I wanted to let him finish. Allie's ready to jump in. So
cool. I will hop out. Peace, y'all. Thank you for having me.
As always, glad to have Vulture in the chat. He's been a day one. So give this man all the love, showing the respect. Vagabond Gaming. We still got to finish that someday.
You got this right. Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all have a good one.
See, my issue with like the Wano is basically it's like you're messing with a BBW and you're sort of going slow and smooth throughout the whole thing. That's Oda. How you right? I'm going somewhere with this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. That's enough for that conversation now.
I always walk in at the most like impromptu times. Like somebody was like, when I first came in, y'all was talking about Zoro being Kaido. I was like, oh man, turn right back around.
Wow. He was like, take care. I'm out.
A non-believer. Wow.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. I don't know.
Sounds like someone with a brain to me, but hey.
Brain. Gio has converted me, bro.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, and yes, one thing I will say as a huge criticism of the flashback is Oda relied on Roger to make up for what was rather rushed and kind of haphazard storytelling. So he relied on the hype that just having Roger in there at all brought, let alone the whole crew, them fighting. Like, he relied on that level of hype to kind of push through the flashback because he didn't have everything, or if he did, he didn't know how to cut out the pieces he need to, so he just kind of slapped it all together. Because there really is a lot of, for Oda and for anybody, really like shoddy storytelling. in the flashback. Like,
and there's a lot of inconsistencies too.
Yeah, that goes with it.
And Kaido especially.
All I want to see is Oden use proper
you don't
talking.
understand. I think Oden's death is the reason Kaido drinks. Oden's the last person.
Yes, I agree with that.
Knew could kill him. And now this goes back to my theory about how and why Kaido was going to show up to Marineford and how Shanks stopped him. I made a video about it. There will be no link in any descriptions. But to sum it up, Kaido wants to die. We know this for a fact. He knows certain people can kill him. At this point in the story, in the flashback, he knows Oden can wound the shit out of him, which means he can kill him. All right, one begets the other. It's just a matter of time, right? And obviously, Whitebeard. You know what I mean? And with Whitebeard dead, that's one less person to kill him. And he wanted to go die by Whitebeard, or at least kill Whitebeard, because that's how, the kind of thing he has. Like, if you're going to kill me or I'm going to kill you, you're the strongest, I'm the strongest. We need to settle that. And I feel that Oden was a huge part of that to begin with, and kind of set a lot of things into motion for Kaido as far as his honor versus like what's actually happening. Because he even said, I killed that old woman for that, because that shit wasn't cool. You know what I mean? Like, he has honor. He wasn't just a pile of shit at this time. You know what I mean? So,
see, but questioned. Well, isn't he kind of like flip flopping because he used her to trick him, and then you're gonna
no. See, that's the thing he was saying. He didn't do that. He did that on his own. He had no idea that was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Still, he took the advantage though. He didn't go back and say nothing like Katakuri and say, "Come on, let's square this up and do it again."
Oh yeah, he definitely
he took the advantage. That's the pirate side of him.
He was already in mid-swing, I feel like.
I'll put it this way: if Katakuri not killed Luffy, but not incapacitated Luffy, they would probably do the same thing Kaido did.
Ali?
There's no fight after that. The fight is over with because he incapacitated Oden.
How I felt that went was that Kaido was already in the attack, and Oden got distracted for that second, in the sense of had he not been distracted, it would have been A-okay. But the moment that she messed it up for Kaido, he was already in swing. He got that hit. He handled it. But I think he took care of the old lady and the old dude, possibly. Because
we were asking the question, what about the fruit? Like, we know that these people had to die and how, and he just gave us that answer so that we know definitively how they died and how the fruit.
And it makes complete sense too. In the sense that
the old guy
had Kaido wanted her to be there and had done that, he wouldn't have killed her. So him saying that is admitting that Orochi either had something to do with it or did some underhand, because Kaido always put it out there Orochi and his underhanded tactics, or he be calling him names he be doing sleazy shit. So then
when he killed Yasu.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the lines actually stuck with me from this, and it gave me a weird thought, because Oda likes to play with expectations. He really, really does. And he made us. I knew this was going to happen. I called this because of the Throne of Blood. If you've ever seen it, it's another Akira Toriyama movie, crazy famous, and another Toshiro Mifune, where he plays. It's essentially a retelling of Hamlet, I want to say. Anyway, Toshiro Mifune's character plays the king, who people kind of laugh at and they kind of mock behind his back, and he's eventually betrayed by all of his people. And he kind of did a play on that, where this dude's actually fucking merciless and ruthless, and people didn't give him the credit that his hatred deserved. Look what hatred did for Sasuke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enough hatred will give you special vision.
I actually like the point that you guys mentioned about how Oden might be the catalyst for Kaido's, I would say, inner turmoil. The fact that the only scar he's ever gotten was to Oden, and the fact that he never really could do a real proper battle with Oden probably wounded his ego, considering he's always been. And if you mentioned his underling said the invincible Kaido was wounded, so he's it's suggested he's never been wounded in that. He probably could have been beaten down with hockey and things like that, but to be wounded straight up by a cut, that was probably a major shock to Kaido.
And there's always going to be the question.
And to be cheated out of the fight, thanks to
and to be
the
cheated
old
out of
lady.
the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I leave that question for everybody.
Every time he drinks, he has to think about that, and I think that's why Oden said it the way he did. Like that's why we see Kaido crying and drinking. He wants he tired of feeling this way, but it's because of Oden, and the whole way is just went out.
That's also the thing about Orochi stepping in.
When these brings back the memories.
I think that's why he's in one because he wants another swordsman to hit him.
And I don't think he wants anybody. I don't really think there's any particular desire. He just wants somebody that he feels is worthy enough to kill him, i.e. Whitebeard. I can see Shanks being on the list, but Shanks didn't. We're not going to talk about that. It's a whole different conversation. But Shanks will on that list.
Maybe Shanks fight him or something.
Okay, so question.
All right, one at a time.
Oh wait.
Loner hasn't said anything in a minute. I'll let you go. Loner.
I'm just saying. So, if anybody else was in that pot, who do you think could handle that heat?
I asked this question because I thought maybe like Luffy or Zoro would be put in that position to protect Momo or something like that.
Zoro could
do it easy.
Because after what he went through with Kuma, I feel like Zoro could.
Yeah, Zoro could easy.
He could probably endure
the irony of Sanji getting cooked and side by side giving him a feat that matches Zoro's endurance from Kuma, you know what I mean? The irony.
You don't want to give me that on Twitter. You know how I am on Twitter.
As a Sanji fan, I do not like that idea.
I would ruin Twitter if they do that.
I don't care about anything other than whatever fun ideas I have. And that's how I skate through everything, really.
As a Sanji fan, I disagree with that idea. Let's keep the process the way it is.
So you don't think Raid Suit Sanji could stand the heat?
He's a cook. I have no doubt that he's been oil burned. I've worked in the kitchen and I got splatter marks all the way up my arms from hot oil and shit. So yeah, I mean, I bet Sanji can cook bacon with his shirt off. I would never.
Bacon with his shirt off. I'll be different than if you're doing all that.
Right.
He's a what was it? He's a modified human. You know what I mean? He's got oil powered. I don't fucking know.
I'm okay with base form Sanji.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go again.
Oh my god.
Base form.
But
I
like the growth that we get to see in we still don't know why, and I want to know why, but the Pup and Kitty. The Duke and Earl, the cat and the dog, cat dog.
Yo, Neko was talking that ish, man. He was like, hey.
Do you think that's what caused?
He's like, I fucking murder everybody.
That has to be the start of the argument.
I mean, they got caught right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get caught again?
I hated that.
They were bickering and they got caught.
I wish it was something more. There's I love the chapter, don't get me wrong, but there's things in there that I question in my head as I'm crying and reading, because it's why did y'all have you heard what Oden just told you what to do. They normally don't question anything that Oden tells them to do, but then they start fighting. Then Denjiro and Raizo, that part was wild too. Why did Raizo cover? I get
what he was trying to. Ooh, sorry.
I feel like it's even more than that. Flip it, Denjiro was about to say something because I don't know. Denjiro was one him and Kinemaro. Kinemaro was the first two. So Denjiro not acting like Raizo, or his reply not being like Raizo, is an issue to me in the sense that I feel like it's more than that. I don't know.
No, you could have said something different. Other than
everything that happens on top of the pot stays on top of the pot, because that's a lot of heat, a lot of emotion. You know what I mean? People are gonna fight just because they want to do something that they can't. You know what I mean? And I think Oda does a really good job of portraying the exacerbation of emotion with very few panels, and I think that's one of the way he does it. And I think that's one of the reasons I like, because more than a lot of stuff, just because of the way it's done, Oden has a very good grasp on how to perpetuate and like permeate emotion into his panels in like such a real and tangible way that you kind of forget how goofy it all is. You know what I mean?
So, why would he give away his swords? Well, when he was in the jail, like he could have, like
he could have cut him out. He could have cut himself out.
No, he couldn't have, because if he did that, instantly 100 people would die. That's not even a question. Like, people are like, "Oh, he's so strong, he can do this." Yes, he's strong, not omnipotent.
He knew he could do everything that
but
get him out. But he did it for the people.
And he has conquerors hockey too.
Wait, let him.
My thing is that if that's the case, then why did he even attack Kaido in the first place if he knew those 100 people would die if he attacked them?
Thank you. That's why
he was done at that point.
Because that's
all he's in rage. Like, that's the point. Like, he's still a person who fundamentally is governed by certain edicts, and with what happened, he could not attack. Just period. That was who he was as a person, was challenged. It was like Sanji and the cuffs. Like, he couldn't risk not being a cook, and he couldn't go against the part of him that told him to do this. It's on the same level, in my opinion.
And also the 5 years, like he waited the 5 years out, and then that's when Orochi was started the bullshit, and he was like, "Hey, I'm done. Y'all just killed Higoro and his squad's family and all that. Let's ride. Let's do this."
Yeah,
like it's been too long. And then the only reason why Kaido or Oden didn't win is because Baba, old lady. So that's why. And then while he was in there, at that point, Kaido ain't gonna let him go. Orochi ain't gonna let him go. So he gonna have to die. So everybody gotta flee.
So that glass
like
dome.
We are vastly underestimating how important him knowing that the Kozuki clan is part of the reason that Wano is isolated in the first place is weighing on him, considering his life goal is to open it up and has been before he knew that. To know that his life goal is in direct like competition or direct altercation with that of his ancestors from a place where Wano, where people carry swords from the day they're born that represent their ancestors' will, like you got to really understand the weight that is.
I don't know. I just wish he would have got white.
The thing that Oden bothers me is the fact that he kept on making deals. He's been betrayed on every deal that he tried to make. Yeah, he kept on doing it up to the very last point. What's the point?
Well, that last deal, he knew what was up anyways. That's why he said, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm about to die." Like, he already knows.
Yeah, he knew going into that boiling pot. Like,
he made the deal so that they could be saved and save face in front of everybody. Like,
he could have done the same thing. He could have just told him to run, and he could have just started facing with Kaido and Orochi.
No, Orochi would have just started killing the crowd indiscriminately. Like, you don't get it. He would have blamed.
Like they're doing anyway.
The villains jump out of the pot and kill everybody. That would have been the story. It would have never been, Orochi kills everybody because Oden did this. No, that would have never been the case. It was these criminals did this because Oden told them to. He died a scoundrel, lived a scoundrel. It would have been further besmirchment of his name. This way, he went out like a stone cold
fatty.
No, he got shot in the head. That's not in One Piece.
I mean, lots of people got shot.
I'm sorry, guns are not feasible in the One Piece world.
Hey, man, the gun works at the last second, man. When you all depend
he was tender.
Who else got shot?
Corazon.
Yeah, no, I said Corazon, Bellemere.
The guy from O'Hara.
A flashback guns are
any of those people in the top 30?
None of them. None of them.
The first death was a gun.
Who's death?
The first death, Lucky Roo, with the closer.
Are any of those in the top 30?
So I guess
the flashback
guns are young.
People shot.
Yeah, flashback guns.
People that are shot are any people that shot are in the top 30?
Well, what about this? We know that the death is real once a gun is used, because once the gun was used, devil fruit don't mean shit. Once the gun come out, Then we know it's real.
I mean,
right?
Ace got a gun right for him, didn't he?
Do you know how tender meat gets when you steam it? Let alone boiling it in oil for an hour? I'm sorry, like
it was no way getting out of there.
Was a puddle wrapped in skin. I'm sorry, like that's all he could have been from like the navel down, because that's
maybe beef jerky, beef jerky.
Like maybe some beef jerky on legs. All right, but more legs really.
Did you guys hear Roger's theory of how the death was going to be? Like Oden, like they were going to count down the seconds like they did, and when Oden's eyes was wired out, I thought Roger was going to be right because he said that Oden was going to die holding it up.
No, I knew he wasn't.
See, I heard him say that, and I thought that I was like, oh man, that would have been wild. But then I like the way how Oden did it, but that would have been nasty too.
I do go live. It's been a couple of months, OG. I mostly do other stuff, but I'm getting back into it. Life has let me do that. I wanted his death to be more, especially than it was. It was incredibly underwhelming, even though like I'm a huge fan of that particular pose, the guiding Jiraiya, that they use for tons of Kabuki stuff and in Goemon in itself. But like Goemon. That's the thing. There's still Goemon in the fucking story. The Witching Hour boy. That was just another one of his names.
Who did someone say that was Oden?
Who do you think that is?
All right.
Can I say who I think it is?
You go, because I've been smoking, so mine's crazy.
I am too. So we go. Cheers.
Jay's got his wine. He's set.
I got it on. Goddamn! Now I can't say the girl's name. Hayuri Kamasaki.
Oh.
That's who I think.
I have it tied to a member of Oden's family for sure, but part of me, because we don't know how the time fruit works. All right. So part of me thinks it could have done some weird ass shit where it sent the younger version of Momonosuke into the future while maintaining the version that was still there, if that makes sense, just kind of splitting him off in a divergent timeline where he goes to the future and he's just pops in 20 there, but he's still here.
That's a bit too crazy for One Piece, man.
Let's, all right.
He said, hey, all right, listen.
But look at Ellie, though. She's like, oh, but I see what you're saying.
Wait, I'm
smoking money to stop it.
What was the pet that both of y'all got, though?
Huh?
What was the pet that both of y'all got? Is it loud?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's got
all right.
Wedding cake.
Smoking some serious shit.
I got regular strawberry cookies.
I have a bad idea. I have a bad theory about the traitor, though.
Yeah, I said Momonosuke, but yeah, and the idea.
Hold up. The only reason why I feel like you would be right if like the clone fruit was still a factor, like because there was a split second where I was like, how was Momo in two places when he said he seen Kaido, but then we didn't see him where Kaido was. So then like until I realized, the Kaido confirming that the clone person is dead for sure at that point. Yeah. But I know Bon Clay got it, but it still was like.
Yeah, I talked myself through being really wrong.
I thought that maybe Momo saw it through someone else's eyes, like the power seed, all that shit. That thing he does with Zoe.
So what if? So here's an interesting thought. So what if the trader back then isn't the same trader as before? But what if Bon Clay died when he helped Luffy get out to Marineford, and then they found the clone fruit again, and now they have another.
Bon Clay's queen of
he's alive.
Impel Down.
Yeah.
He's queen.
Bon Clay's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
The new comma.
I forgot that he was. I did.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
Long live the queen, bro.
But I feel kind of like Momo could be the traitor without, like, indirectly, not without knowing.
The traitors are Orochi.
Let me explain one of the thoughts I had while I was thinking about how Oda likes to play with expectations. We now know how deep the hatred goes with Orochi. What if he found a way that he is somehow the one in control of Kaido? Everybody thinks that Kaido is the top position in Wano just by virtue of being fucking Kaido. But what if he's actually really fucking being controlled by Orochi, who is given into such a seething hate that he needs to watch the slow paralysis and degradation of Wano for his own sadistic pleasure at the extermination of his clan?
So Valen, is that similar to the story of Ryuma, the horn that controls the dragon?
Ah,
Yeah.
I was waiting for somebody to mention it. Thank you. Yup. The lore in this is so huge. Controlling dragons is a huge part of a ton of Japanese lore, from them forcing them into human form to do various tasks, to like just using them to fly around. We know like via Spirited Away, like river dragons and shit like that, which is one of the designs.
Please don't say Game of Thrones.
Based off of.
He's going there.
Well, the only thing about the whole like 900 years like thing, I just don't want, because Luffy is like coming to be the new Joy Boy.
Yes.
I just don't want like him to be Naru Jesus.
It's not gonna be that. I feel, because I didn't watch a lot of Naruto. I did watch a lot of Shippuden, like majority of it. But I really feel like Oda is not going to. He saw what happened with Naruto. He's not going to do that again, and that this was already planned way before we had clues that he could end up. That's why it's so much like we can understand if he's Joy Boy. You just don't like it, but it's not foreshadowing. It's just his actions had led up to this point so much through the story that
well, it isn't
it
right.
makes sense. It makes sense.
See, like I say this, I have faith in Oda because he pulled the Kaguya part off of Naruto pretty easy with M-Sama. So
you don't even know what that is.
I mean, but I feel like there was always once we found out about the celestial dragons, storytelling wise, there's somebody at the top that's pulling the strings of everything. Every story, every version of the regular basic ass story to crafted Tagashi level story, there's always somebody at the top that's controlling all of it. So Im-sama was it was only bound to happen at some point. And I feel like Kazuki clan might be we know they're from back before the voice injury. Were they a part of the D clan? Is Wano clan part of are they celestial dragons? Has that question even been brought up? I haven't even heard anybody say that.
See, I have, all right. Two things came to mind when you mentioned that and what they were talking about. And one of them for me is the power of D. The will of D has been manifest in my theory twice. And it's the power to create storms and kick up winds and things like that. It was demonstrated by Roger when it's a fact that he went solo against Shiki, and then all of a sudden some wacky fucking storm shows up, wipes out all of his fucking fleet, and Roger wins. All right, and we know the connection between
also with Dragon
and storms and Monkey D Dragon, and I think the true essence of D is the understanding and harnessing of that, of a power that allows them to do that. What it is, I can't even say. It could be some crazy advanced conquerors hockey. You know what I mean? Don't even get me started on what the fuck it could be, honestly. All right.
Well, you remember what they say in the story? Every time a D is there's a storm wherever D comes into the situation.
Yeah. And I think that is the raw power that they.
I think if someone.
And then
someone told. Go on, sorry.
Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I think Luffy would turn his nose up at it anyway. He said, "I'm not Joy Boy. I'm me," and be done.
Yeah.
You don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a damn about
Luffy
that.
Whatever you want, he's still going to be Luffy. You know what I mean?
Same with Shirahoshi is Shirahoshi, but she's still Poseidon, regardless of whatever it is. She's just a different version of it, and that's why they still are their essence. Whereas Naruto, they had to break their behaviors and their just because Luffy is the way he is doesn't necessarily mean Joy Boy was that way too. Shirahoshi is a big crybaby like me, man. But like maybe the original Poseidon wasn't a crybaby at all.
I'm not saying nothing.
Man, your wife is knocked out, dude.
It was sad, dude. It was sad. But I feel like with Naruto, they had to be like reincarnations of each other, the same attitude, the same personality, just going down, and then they had to break that. This is
Oda's
part at this point.
Kishimoto, like that. I don't know if that was ever a debate, but I think the thing that's gonna separate is I'm convinced that Shanks is a former celestial dragon, and he didn't want to believe all the horrible things that he kind of found out or saw, and he thought maybe this or that, but the phonograph kind of spelled out the truth of the celestial dragons and the world government and things like that, and he's kind of ashamed to be connected to that because he thought Shanks got a good heart.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you mean Shanks when he was like young? You mean?
How old is he?
Yeah, because Roger was married. You know what I mean? Like Roger's been places. He's been all over the world, literally. He can, and people are drawn to him and enamored, just like they're drawn to Luffy and stuff. I think if Luffy ever went, he would find some young fucking whatchamacallit and then form an impression on them too. Like, but that's just not how it went. It would be similar to Vivi. You know what I mean?
Man, these older generation pirates sound like pedophiles, isn't it? Anyone just coming to them, picking up kids all over the place.
I mean, you need cabin boys. The ship's not going to clean itself.
How old is Shanks?
This man Shanks is like I think he's in his 50s now.
Yeah, but remember,
I think he's 39.
1/3 age, because remember,
he's the youngest Yonko.
Yeah.
Even with Blackbear being there.
Yeah.
No, I'm only saying that because
I think he's 39, sort of similar to Blackbeard, isn't he?
So maybe Shanks got saved at the God Valley incident because that's about the same time?
No, because Shanks took part of that.
No, I don't think he did.
No, that was 38 years ago.
That's why I said how old is Shanks?
He's standing on a body.
All I know is basically Garp did not free he did not free the slaves in that situation.
The Garp thing. Here we go.
See, we don't know what that is. You're just saying that. We don't know what.
Black and white. He didn't free the slaves.
He didn't free all of the slaves. He freed the ones he could.
He didn't free the slaves. It's in black and white.
The tiger, all right. God.
Garp's on his list with the goats, so he's not getting no love.
It could not have been Fisher Tiger. And give me a minute. I had to hit the DK real quick. Shout out to my homie Joe. He's celebrating this weekend.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy early and elongated birthday, my dude.
Happy birthday.
Water, I can't drink.
I think he's drunk in the chat.
Joe's the GOAT, even though he's drunk and tore the hell up.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Shanks is 39. Okay, yeah. I'm with you on the Celestial Dragon part. I've always thought of that, but it makes more sense now with his age and God Valley happening around the same time. Roger probably scooped him up. Like,
honestly, we don't know, and I want to speculate and be like, all right, I think Shanks was not unlike Doffy's father in the sense that he saw something wrong. And maybe he started to free the slaves, and Roger just fucking happened to be there. Shit turned fucking Luffy level batshit. And one thing led to another. Rocks showed up. Fuckery happens. You know?
Now, you're going to hear the fucked up story. You're going to hear Whitebeard's version of the story saying it's Rox's kid, and then Roger took him from Rox after he beat his ass. That's why Whitebeard doesn't like that wound in his chest from Rox that he got defending Shanks.
All of Roger's enemies raise Ace.
Is Rox's kid.
Every enemy.
Who's Rox's kid?
I said it would be funny if Shanks is Rox's kid. Like, we all think it's Blackbeard, but I mean,
being a ginger, I know you're going to get red hair from another redhead person. So
we don't know.
Just
because I don't know if anybody, I want it to be Kid. I want Kid to have a connection to Rox because that would be dope.
Love Kid, then, yeah.
Or to like solidify his legitimacy. You know what I mean? Like, we spent years with King of Lightning talking about him getting baby shook and just shitting on Kid at every turn because we had nothing to give him and it was easy goddamn pickings.
I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to say shit while you were saying that. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm letting him have this today. I'm letting him have this today.
So we need more to like solidify his legitimacy is what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like his legitimacy is solidified. It's just that his path has been harder, a lot harder.
All the bustle with people with dumbass opinions.
Do you remember the blonde-haired girl size Sanji's dad?
No, I remember what was it? Tekking said that whatchamacallit was the one of the Gorosei was Sanji's dad.
So how strong do you think that they are? Or like, do you think that the Gandhi one, like the Gandhi one with the sword, is the strongest one, or?
I think they're under admiral level.
Either admiral or first commander level.
Is subjective.
All of them.
They can order 2 more admirals to attack 1 admiral to kill that admiral. So who's really more powerful? That admiral? No. Like their power is more of a like a real fucking like
a group thing
like,
or
like power where you don't have
mental,
room to be the strongest person in the room.
Not just physical power, but military, not military, but like that strength level of like I can make shit move in a way you can't.
Yeah, Kong will come in and slap them all, wouldn't he?
Like mind games.
I don't think it's necessarily mind games. They don't gotta play mind games. They just this is how
they want.
And that's it. And if you got a problem with it, goodbye.
Yeah, like a strategic type. Yeah, strategic.
I forgot. I didn't get to add this into the Kaido and Orochi thing. I was saying with Orochi, like Orochi sending the old lady in, that just makes Kaido make it seem like Orochi doubts Kaido's power.
No, it's like underhanded tactics. I feel. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like as in like on Kaido's point of view right now, it's like you don't believe in my power. Are you doubting me? Because I could have done it myself. But that's something that now Kaido has to live with for the rest of his life. Is his power really legit?
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. Like that's one of the reasons we were talking about Kaido drinking and his feelings about Oden. Because there's always going to be the question of whether Oden could or could not have beaten him. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be hanging over his entire life because Oden wounded him.
And then he got sunned on the way out.
Yeah, and then somebody played an underhanded trick. Like, he was in the middle of Kaidoing somebody. Like, you can't just stop mid-Kaido. Can't do that. All right?
You got to go full Kaido.
That's how that shit works. You go from stop to full Kaido, and that's it.
And then the worst thing ever is getting sunned by Oden on the way out. Oden's like, get stronger.
Right?
That means no matter what, you can't beat me. Like, get stronger.
He's like, I would have fucked you up if they didn't pretend to have my son. And you know it.
Exactly. That's how
Kaido probably did know it. Like
that's why he was there with that face. He was sitting there like
that will fuck Kaido up for the rest of your life though. You know you won, but also is the asterisk right beside it that you can't fix.
Yeah, what is it the kids say? He was shooketh.
Shooketh to his core.
Okay, so what do you think after Elbaf, or like how many like arcs do you think we got?
500. We're not talking about that. Let's keep it trucking. There's so much that Oda. I keep wanting to go between Oda and Oden and fuck it up on both of them. But I have zero doubt that there's enough that Oda could keep this going for probably another 10 years.
Next question is, where's the Conqueror's Haki at?
Like, there's so much unexplained, so many things that could swoop around, so many things that can be filled in, that he has enough content to fill enough time. But it's if that time would be worth the time spent. And as everybody knows, I'm a huge One Piece fan. My son's middle initial is D for this reason. Like, that's his whole middle name, just fucking D. And I'm going to legally change it when we find out what that is.
I love that.
So I got my wife to agree to it, and I'm gonna talk her into our second one too. I'm building a clan, bitches.
I like that.
Okay. Violent clan.
Yeah, the D's, bro. We're gonna do it. You don't know. Pow. Anyway,
Yo, that little guy is big. I see him in real life. He's bigger than what you.
It's funny. During the execution, there's no sign of king or queen or anything.
That's another thing.
Was that queen that shot the arrows?
Yeah.
Because I saw some. Okay, it was because I didn't realize that.
No. Sorry. Did you? I asked if I thought you said, did you see the dude that shot the arrows?
Oh, do you think that was Queen?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that was one of
It's a random.
The henchmen.
I'm just assuming at that point in time, while that's happening, King and Queen have gone to the castle to get Toki and Momo while that's all happening.
Yo,
I was assuming that's what they were doing.
Batman.
I thought the guy that shot the arrows was Batman.
Right? That's what my first thought too.
Yeah, he lost himself.
Yeah, that was him before the devil fruit, or the smell fruit.
Ooh.
And Vulture, I know you're here. I can see you. I've seen you down there. Like, I want you to know I see the flex here for it. All right.
I think Vulture's drunk.
Yo, Jay's chilling with his wine though.
Yeah, I can't get you.
He's feeling lovely. Look at him.
Yeah, Jay got the glass and everything.
I'm a bougie nigga. I'm proud of it.
Wait, do you drink your wine pinky up?
Oh, you took the time. I see what you
I'm
did.
about to get Gary V's wine, the empathy wine. I want to get 3-pack and try the mugs. I'm not a red wine drinker at all. I just like Moscato, but I'm gonna get it and try it.
Oh, okay. No,
Ellie, you gotta try mango Moscato.
Okay, stop. All right. I do wine. I did wine for a living. So
really?
Yeah, I used to work I used to work at places that made wine. Lemro Landing, Three Brothers Winery, Bellhurst Castle. Like, I've literally worked a bunch of fucking places. Know how to make wine, start to finish. I know good wine from bad wine.
Are you gonna press your own wine later?
They made me one of them, but I wanted to be one, so that's okay.
Let's make some toilet wine, bro.
Just be a better version of it. Or
just make some good ass Bruno. Yeah, let's do this. Make some Bruno.
You learn all those skills for no reason.
No, I was trying to impress the boss. I was trying to get paid. That's why I learned them.
Right, but once you make some money and then you do your own wine thing.
Hell yeah. Well, maybe I like the event part of it more than the wine. Like, I like drinking and having a party.
The Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah, like that's the thing I used to do. Like,
mixer.
The Catalina wine mixer.
The mother.
Yeah, that's the shit I used to do. If I can find it, I got a video of a party I did in New York, in the penthouse, the top floor of the Empire Club. Shit's fucking dope. Anyway, I digress from my self-aggrandizement. Oden. All right, the scabbards. Which one of them do we think maybe becomes? All right, sorry, no, I got two questions jumbled up. What do we think Wildfire is? His race?
Oh,
because I've said it since the second I saw him. I have not wavered in him being a Tengu. So that's my.
I don't know how his nose, unless he bends his nose. I'm not certain.
You never heard of the phrase "cut off the nose to spite the face"?
Well, that'd be a little. Well,
that specifically has this.
Yeah,
that was my tell that maybe he got it cut off.
Tengus don't just generally have those long noses; those masks.
That's true. There's actually a number of different Tengu myths that he could be drawing from, all within the same thing. Like, is it
Hitetsu? He's got the white wings, isn't he? And
I'm gonna tell you, it'd be crazy if he's actually Hitetsu's son.
Shit,
that's actually who I think it is.
But you don't think Kaido?
You know what?
King was with Kaido. I don't think all of Kaido's executives were from Wano, so you wouldn't think that King wasn't with Kaido beforehand. I
think his sword, the sword that he has, is I I believe they've shown it, and I think somebody oh shit, Dustin in the
Hey,
chat.
shout out to Dustin and I was gonna say that.
Glad to see you, bro. Happy you doing shit here. All right, loving the new album. All right. Kick me out of my whole brain. Love it. But yeah, Wildfire. I think he could actually be from there just because of the sword. I think the sword is one of the ones that has grown with him, making him from Kuri specifically, I believe. But
I don't know about that.
Saying, oh, he has a sword, he's from Kuri is tantamount to saying, oh, Mihawk's from Kuri, he has a sword.
But we've seen lots of people from outside of Wano with a similar sort of swords. Like, I don't think it's necessarily them.
Yeah.
It's more possible that they're not, to be fair. So that's pretty fair. But I think
Toki turned up outside of Wano with a sword, for fuck's sake. She never been there.
Well, since he's like a rare like race, do you think he's from like one of the moons?
Oh, that would be fun, but I don't think so. Unless he's like some mechanized dude.
I mean, could he be like some Earth based
Gimka? Is that what they're called? Or
Burka?
Burka, yeah.
Well, Birkin, basically.
Yeah, plausible. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would explain the fire.
But then again, we also have like the three odd race that's distinct as well.
It's whatever Hogyoku is, because that would explain the fire. It's not really fire; it's his hair.
Oh.
That was my first thought when I saw the hair and then Hogyoku's hair, and I was like, "Oh shit!" It's actually on one of my live reactions. It's like that there's a connection there, and I think the son of the top gangster in the fucking country and the person who, feasibly takes the top spot, not necessarily as a gangster, but as something above the gangsters.
See, what if King's Race was from God Valley?
Mm.
Like the Fallen Angels or something.
Unknowns, man. I'm about it.
Because that island's apparently just gone missing. That's why Big Mum assumed that his race had long gone, but there's one right in front of him again.
It's a lot of ideas.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much conjecture around this, just because, and the fact that he has wings, but he's got a pterodactyl devil fruit. Like, oh, you tricky son.
I hope Oda does not do like opening his eyes on us.
It's the need for the flames again. That's what like Ali said about where the hell are the flames coming from.
If I can figure out where the flames is coming from, I can't think of anything other than that. It's like a in the ground earth bender base. I don't know.
It's just as cheap as
Or I mean,
race people.
Maybe he's a specific kind of mink.
Adventure Time.
It's his Mad Max suit, isn't it?
No, think about it. Animals in Wano. A lot of them have that fire motif, right?
Kill him on that cover.
A former specific.
It could be a long lost Vince-Mo.
Oh, so what Gukimaru and
Hyogoro.
And
yeah.
And King. No, Gukimaru and King. Because they can shapeshift in a way or something.
Ali, you tell your camera, Ali. You tell it.
I can't. I'm not. The camera's right here. I don't even know why I'm going this way.
That's because that's what it's
you guys have the camera's right there.
I just feel like I'm being told off.
I talk a lot with my hands when I'm thinking.
No, that's good. That's good. I appreciate it.
It's coloring in a bitch down here.
I'm loving that feedback.
Right.
And there's still the whole thing of we're still coming back to a world where Big Mom's in Wano. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I said this before. I think the influence is going to come in a very Yojimbo, Sanjuro way, where they pit the two things against each other again, and we get to see a larger version clash of Kaido versus Big Mom's crew. But that's just the hope. And then they come in Seven Samurai style with an army of, their own of da da da.
So I'm starting to think Kid is going to take Big Mom's.
Go ahead, Allie.
Okay. Oh shit. Hold up, bring it back. Big Mom. Who is okay with her becoming an ally? Of the Straw Hat, like our side. Everybody against it except me?
Except me?
What a shame.
She can't become an ally because she's going to be dead because Kid's at the very least going to kill her.
I mean, that's outside the point. That he can handle. I don't care how that gets handled, but also I feel like Luffy needs to handle her because he promised Katakuri that. So when he promised my husband that, I expected that.
All right.
Wait, how should she stick that in there like it's granary in this
husband I think is what they're called.
Husbando.
So I feel like if she becomes, because Luffy, they can't beat Kaido, I feel like, by themselves. Even if Big Mom and she don't bring nobody else in from Whole Cake Island. Even them chess pieces ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna get smacked away.
Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah. They're gonna get Conqueror's Haki out the way as soon as they hop out that mirror. So I feel like it's pointless for Oda just to bring them in.
So it's looking like the Scabbards are going to go against Kiyoshiro and Orochi. Zoro and Luffy against Kaido, Kid and his lot against Big Mom, and the rest of the Scabby Straw Hats against
everybody.
numbers.
He's going to be indiscriminate. He's going to be like
probably
fly in the ointment this time. Because he wants to give everybody the smoke. He's got to fight Big Mom for no, actually he doesn't have to fight Big Mom. He already handled Big Mom. Like, not himself. He did what he needed to in her territory. You know what I mean? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not giving him that much credit. What I'm saying is, he doesn't really have a vendetta against her as much as he would Kaido or probably Shanks in this case. So I think he would focus more on Kaido with Luffy, if I'm being really honest. As much as I joke around and I kind of Kid will beat and then insert literally any person's name in Wano right now just because
it can't be Sanji though.
Yeah, he would. He ripped that goddamn raid suit right off his body. And all
I like Sanji, but I feel like Kid's everybody outside of
Kibi Dango girl. Kibi Dango girl's going to take out the numbers, isn't she?
I bet. All I know, I have a theory, and part of it is that Kid, and again, into validating Kid. I want him to have some more legitimacy,
that Kid action,
not off screen. I want to watch him do something, and part of that is obliterate the numbers and Apu. I think
the numbers are probably a hype tool.
The numbers are a hype tool. I don't believe they're going to do anything but die to Kid. I don't think it's going to be
that fucking sword, isn't it? You got Kobe in that lot there.
The sword is coming in. I swear to God, I don't know what role they're going to play after Dressrosa and how they kind of get the bad hand of things through subterfuge, through actual military might, through everything.
Cleanup crew.
I just don't who has faith in that. I know I don't. I know I don't.
Oh well, unpopular theory, but say Big Mom doesn't go down. Do you think that they gonna drag her to Elbaf?
No.
I used to think
honestly, as much as I understand people wanting the connection with Elbaf and Big Mom, I don't want it to happen. I want the reason that there's no trust, the reason for this and that is, because of, their relationship with Big Mom and it to kind of paint their future interactions with various pirates and things like that. But all in all, I don't want like that
3 arcs of her.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm about to hop out real quick. Can Valley? I'm gonna let Valley jump in for me.
All right.
Hey. Bye, BD.
All right.
As always, like his channel, subscribe to this dude. He puts out great shit, and he's here for everybody. Let's give it up for Hypebeast.
Appreciate it.
Sweetness.
Yo, Val, I'm about to dip too, bro.
All right, man. It's okay.
Bye, Jay.
One. I know how it goes. Them
Bye, everyone.
kicking in, them eyelids begin heavy.
I'm tired, dog. Why? I'm tired.
I got
Well,
you.
none of that. It's 4 a.m. for me in the UK.
Oh man.
Aww.
Yeah.
Y'all go to bed. Damn.
I got some time.
Thanks for having me, Val. I appreciate it, bro.
No, not a problem. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Everybody have a good night.
All right.
Good night. Good
night.
That wine be hitting different on him.
Look at Vulture getting ready. Like, I'm going to add your ass.
Yay.
With your glasses having ass. With your headphones having ass.
Do any of you think like Blackbeard and that not showing up?
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to Whole Cake Island if he does anything, or he's going to Alabasta.
I really think it's the only time they're going to give Moria his shine against Kaido again.
Wait, who's going to Alabasta?
Alabasta?
He said Blackbeard.
Oh,
Blackbeard to Wano.
Didn't you say where do you think Blackbeard's showing up to Wano?
Where Blackbeard?
Yeah, like would he show up?
I believe this in the depth of my soul. Where Blackbeard is going directly depends on what happened at the Reverie. If something happened in like with
he said that thing, didn't he?
Cobra and Pluton or that phonoglyph is vulnerable, he's going there to get it.
Yeah, whatever it is that they're saying, if you're leaving it untouched, I'm going to have it.
So you think
Alabasta?
So you think sweeping up whatever's going on with the Reverie, the fallout of that is more important than possibly collecting more powerful allies and fruits from the fallout of the Wano War?
Man, you saw how keen they were for Ace's fruit. They might still want that shit.
Well, Loki. Well, all right.
I don't think they was pressing for it like that.
No. Fuck that.
Burgess was desperate.
Tons and tons of Logia off the top of our head, but in this fucking world, being a Logia user is a tantamount to being a fucking demigod. You know what I mean? Like, unless
you're Caribou.
Yeah, like strictly dedicated to killing you, or you drown. You know, even gods had like the hind's blood. You know what I mean? In Greek mythology, that one thing that could fucking kill them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's always something. Yeah, I bring the mythology deep from every pantheon.
You goddamn right. I'm gonna interject here. What's going on, Ali? I finally get to say hey to you. Valen kicked me out about 10 minutes into the stream, but I'm back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's because you tell me you ain't shit all the time. How am I supposed to believe otherwise?
That is facts. I got to cover my bases there.
Ali, I noticed you're wearing a hat again. Is that because of the comment about your forehead?
I love hats. My thing is,
why would you say some shit like that?
Yo, man, she brought it up.
That shit had me sideways. I read that like, yo, wait.
That face like
my entire fucking life that somebody is assaulting my forehead. Like, I've never I've been picked on by my nose or my lips or like you got big eyes, like that's a bad thing. Like,
that sounds a lot just like racism.
Listen, the forehead, the comment was just amazing.
I went to a Catholic school. It was a bunch of people there. No, I just got picked on a lot. But it probably was that too. Big factor.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying also.
But
one more thing to go over my
forehead is not that bad. Like it's that much. Like I know people with foreheads like that. Like, damn.
I mean, look at Rihanna. Look at Rihanna's forehead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rihanna got a 5.5 head.
Big facts.
Or that guy Fukurokujo.
Yeah, as long as you ain't got a Fukurokujo head, you good.
Oh my god, I love that design. You guys don't even know. Oh my
Ali, god. Change your name on Twitter.
Dad.
Real quick, that design for the ninja leader, if you go and watch like old school like Ninja Scroll and what is it, Basilisk, and like just older manga and stuff, there's like almost always some old ninja dude that looks almost just fucking like that.
Even in Puka, the dude, there's like a god dude in there that got the same forehead and earlobes in it too. And I was like, yo.
I want to say it's like one of their Vatra or Buddha like represents or something like that. I don't fucking know.
It's
Nell's dad.
See, Jaimini's explained it, you know.
That's true. We need them back, God damn it.
It's so sad. It's Jaimini's we trust.
Bro.
Baby, come back.
Sadness. Wait, I was reading Solo Leveling off Jamini's today. Wait, so Jamini's is down, or just they're not doing One Piece no more?
It's worse. It's worse. It's watching your woman can hold around with all these other manga.
Wow.
Well, I mean, like, don't forget the manga stream days.
Manga Panda, nigga. Like, goddamn.
I sometimes put in the address just because.
Just to get a whiff. Terrible.
Man, I'm reading fucking manga from what is it? Manga Rock, for God's sakes.
Oh,
yeah,
the UK's limited.
You know what's crazy? How back in the day we could read manga and not give a fuck about how bad translations were. It was just kind of like, oh shit, you know.
Right,
I got to read One Piece. I'm good.
The story, like we're like, oh shit. I remember I used to. This is back in the day. Like I'm a little older than some of y'all might remember, but they didn't even go through the
videotape.
Go through the bother of like erasing the Japanese text under it. They would just put the English over that shit.
They just wrote bullshit.
Oh, it was so bad.
That's how I read all of Yu Yu Hakusho. Takashi's writing.
Oh, so, Valen, just to put you back in your place, I'm older than you.
Between the lines, that's crazy.
I'm older than you, Valen. I'm going to put you back in your place, kid.
Oh,
how old are you?
Big
40.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, slap your ass, boy.
Them British accents.
You don't make promises.
I thought he was serious. I'm like, what? Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Ali, I am 40.
Oh, you are? Very.
Yeah.
I am.
That's awesome.
I'm only 35.
I'm 31. Let's go. Oh, squad.
I'm probably the youngest here.
And see, you're old.
Yeah, because we all know vultures are hidden like older. He doesn't want to say nothing.
Right? He's suddenly quiet. How is this loudmouth son bitch all of a sudden quiet as hell?
I respect my
he used to chill with a Soul Train. That's what he used to do.
I'm 67.
I respect my elders. I'm just letting y'all go first. Get y'all shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, kid.
I'm right behind y'all. Though. I'm 26.
Hey.
Oh, what? No, the fuck you're not.
Oh, wait, no. What?
You know, I'm close.
I'm close.
I'm over 25. So shit. I'm getting toward 30.
I love 31. I loved hitting 30. I felt like I turned 2019. I felt like I turned 18 again when I turned 30 because I just had so much fun.
Well, I got 2 more years to go.
So before you 30?
Until he's 18.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
What? That's funny.
All right.
Ali, when I turned 31, my daughter was born the following day. So that's a good year for me, 31 as well.
Nice.
That's so nice.
It's gonna suck in the future because y'all got to combine birthdays, and no one's gonna care about you that much more. Sorry.
31.
Listen, I was so happy when they said that she was going to be born on the 7th of June, like me. I was ecstatic. I think, thank God, I don't have to worry about my birthday ever again. What? And then she was born the following day, and now it's like daddy-daughter day every year.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's a pain in the ass sometimes. She's too smart.
Oh man, I got 2 for myself.
Learning.
I got my second on the way in late June.
Yeah. Big congrats on that one still.
Did you say you wanted the girl, didn't you?
I did. We even had a name, Liliana.
Oh, that's cute. Oh.
Yeah, I want some tapioca pudding. This is getting real old, real quick.
Hey,
this is the old person stream right here.
If y'all put on MASH, I'm out. Like I can't do it.
I'm surprised you didn't say Jericho.
Oh, motherfucking fortune teller. Yeah, I remember those. It was fucking, you had to fold up
like house.
You should have went 18.
Cabin.
Crazy.
Should have went
Now,
that.
what is our version gonna have? Like, what do you want? Like insurance, 401k.
All the fun stuff.
I can say this because I'm in the UK. What the fuck is a 401k?
I don't know, dude.
You put in so that when you can retire, you take that money and you retire with it.
Yeah. Stay-at-home moms don't get that.
Okay, I got a good pension in my country. I was stopped working already.
Well,
is pension and 401k the same?
America. That's literally all we have.
America.
When we get sick, we just yell.
Free health care. It's great over here.
In the UK too? I thought it was just Canada for some odd reason.
You know, it just made me think of Cole when he was saying America. Yeah.
Cool. Bro, Cole got $1 billion in 5 quotes.
Dude, I fucking love
ridiculous.
that movie.
Oh, the
Team America?
Yeah, Team America with the fucking it wasn't the soldiers, right?
America.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it was from that, but yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Vulture, look up NHS in England, and now you'll see about the free healthcare because we're finding out how much you lot pay for like just ambulances and shit, and we're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Canada's the same way, correct?
It's like $10,000 just for like delivering a baby or something stupid like that. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like $1,250.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's just average.
It costs more when it's a C-section.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know why Judge Judy says don't have kids if you ain't got a job.
Fucking Judge Judy. Oh my god.
Oh, she's great. I love watching her shit over here.
She don't lie one bit.
I mean,
but
I've quoted her shit in court before.
Okay, we got way off track. I'm pulling this back. I'm pulling this back.
I got a question. Okay, don't you guys think it's so wild that like Oden and Momo and Roshi's goal, like it's like killing bloodlines left and right? This is like a big bloodline killing war. Like Roger's bloodline just got finally snuffed out with Ace. Momo is Oden's. While both of them talking, they're both killed in mid-sentence. Him and Roger, Oden and Roger. It's these parallels of these great deaths with their children. Momo better make it.
I think Valen would tell you that he believes Roger's got more kids elsewhere.
I think so too. I mean, why not?
I don't know necessarily about kids, but relatives. To say the bloodline is gone is. I don't want to use this term like disrespectfully or anything, but it's myopic. It's a centralized view on it. I think like it's that picture of the two kids that look exactly alike, but they're not twins, and everybody's like, I don't get it. What are they? They're fucking triplets. The third one just isn't there. Like the answer is obvious, but it's just we're so focused on what we see in the picture that another answer that's obvious isn't visible.
At the same time,
we can only deal with what we got. And
Oden loves that fucking. I say it all the time. Vulture. What do I say all the time?
Oden loves fucking with perspective.
Yeah, he loves fucking and there's things you know.
Oh yeah. There's things. There's known knowns and known unknowns.
All right,
the classic.
All the time.
Yeah. You got so many sayings, man.
No, it's the truth though. It's just seeing like how many like people are dying. So like Nico Robin, Ovia. I can't. Ovia?
Is Ovia still alive? I can't remember. Did she die or is she still alive?
She's dead.
She's dead.
She got shot. It's the shot, right? Did she get shot?
No, she didn't. She just went back on the island. No, she didn't. She went back on the island. Only the Horror guy got shot.
Yeah, I thought she went back to go save people, and then we didn't see what happened to her because she was Robin was crying.
Then there's that giant bloody pond full of books, which has got a lot of hiding places there. So
wasn't she?
She was crying because I think like Aokiji like put her in like a basket or something, and she was like floating away between the ice rails or whatever.
No,
Jaguar D Soul could still be alive because that place is on flames and that's melting that shit. I mean, we know big people broke out of that ice shit before.
No, I thought he broke Saul.
Yeah,
no.
I thought Saul really did die because he was smiling and shit, and that was one of the whole D.
Yeah, he died smiling. I think his statue shattered.
No, go back, man. It never shattered.
When did Ovia? So Ovia did die.
So that's usually the D death call right there.
That's how I look at it.
That's why I don't let my kids have any fun. I'm like, what are you smiling for? You ain't gonna die.
I'll catch you having fun. Yo, all right, so real quick, since Oden wasn't named D, you can officially be D and have that will line without actually being named it. So it's like, so is it something within your DNA that makes you a D?
Odin wasn't a D.
But he was smiling when he died, which is a signature D, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Oden D." So he wasn't named.
No, his smile was something.
Oh well, other people
I
can
want to
smile.
nip that in the fucking bud.
And
like, it's not the same.
It was said that a lot of the Ds don't know that they're Ds because the name has been taken away.
That's what I mean. So is it
if anybody would have known that they're a D, it would have been him because he knew the full truth. Like he was at that last phonic list. He would have known if the Kazuki clan were part of the D.
Well, why would he know if he's a D? He can know the history, but he doesn't know the history leads to him. That has nothing to do with him. His whole
he's paying for the sins of that history you're talking about because he knows about it.
But it doesn't mean there's a family tree there. Like, hey, this is your great granddad. This is your great.
It doesn't matter. They carry his name. Like if
but the whole thing about the D clan is that they weren't related by family. But the whole thing is that the D clan isn't related by family. So why would there be any indication of who's a D and who's not a D?
I see what you're saying. All right, that's an inarguable fact.
I believe they are like is like some kind of connection between the D's and the Kozuki. Like it's like they're not related. I just think they're like cousins or close or like friends of theirs, and so like I could see like that resemblance.
Right. I'm just trying to see. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I wasn't telling anyone to fuck off. I was just trying to sort my phone out.
Go ahead, Ellie. What were you saying?
I was talking about it in one of my videos where like I felt like the Kozuki clan and the D clan is like not one and the same, but like how the Kozuki clan to all the other clans in Wano is like how the D clan is all to the celestial dragons, and I feel like each head of each country is a celestial dragon. It's just more kingdoms. I feel like that was a part of it, but how many kingdoms that agreed to be the world government and the celestial dragons. So I feel like it could be like that type. I don't know.
Okay, so you're saying there was 20 kingdoms that joined the world government, but there were still like 40 more out there that could have been celestial and had all the makings of celestial. They just didn't agree with the shit. Just kind of like Alabasta.
Exactly.
Well, their kingdoms were considered irrelevant and too small, not got enough to offer the world government.
Was there some like that?
Kaiju treats Wano the way he does. This is why the world government treats Wano the way they do, because we don't have nothing to do with it. We're not affiliated. Kind of like with I want to say the Kuja, Boa and Squad.
Amazon Lily and them.
Oh yeah.
I said Kuja Pirates. Is that them? Damn, I don't remember shit anymore.
Yeah, the Kuja Pirates. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just in the place, the actual island.
Yes, Amazon Lily. It's the same way with that. That like they were a kingdom back in the day, but whatever the void century happened, it got to a place where at least they had to protect themselves, and it was just strictly women from that point on. I feel like maybe like we see the ramifications. Like you ever question why each island is like, not each island, but there's a water issue or a water level issue, or they're higher or lower. Like
I feel like the red line is some kind of like flooding device. And whenever the great actual purge they was talking about happens, they're just gonna flood it like it did before. The water's gonna recede and collect where whatever the new place is gonna collect, or maybe the same places. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the purge they're talking about. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's like the red line's so big, so it could be like all the kingdoms, or like a lot of people could fit on it, and then after the flood, everyone goes back. There's something along those lines.
I feel like the red line guys get destroyed, and the water line is going to go up because of it.
Right. The theory with
if they had something like that, there'd be no reason for the ultimate weapons like Horikoshi,
Uranus,
and Pluton and Uranus and all that stuff. That's my stance on that.
So you're saying that the red line being a weapon negates the actual other weapons, other great
No,
weapons?
it's not a weapon. The great weapons was made to destroy that weapon because somebody
all right.
created the red line.
I like that flow. I like that flow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I feel like all these islands that are not affiliated with the world government, except for Alabasta, that we currently know, they stayed away from the world government. But it seems like everything is lined up to this one war that's going to split the seas. It's going to destroy the red line.
I just think the only part that's going to get destroyed on the red line is the reverse mountain bit. That just crumbles down completely.
And because the seal of bone.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
just breaking that down.
Oh my god, that'd be such an impactful moment.
So do y'all will think whatever is frozen in that place in Mary Joa is gonna destroy Fishman Island?
So are we all in agreement that that place is frozen and not covered in moss? Is that like the general consensus for that?
I think it's frozen because it's like ice that he went into. That in summer was like a big fridge.
It could be like a really cold basement, you know, like I don't want to say free. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like it could be
weird.
I see it as the middle ground because I didn't see it as like some lush tropic thing. I definitely had the sense of cold, but I guess I did still see a feeling of green in there.
Yeah, it was like mossy.
It's more like
it's a big stone place. How do you keep a stone place cold?
Like like that Sonic level with the
like an English morning.
Sonic level.
You know what I mean?
That's valid. I know what you mean. English morning.
The Sonic level part. What happened?
Yeah, this guy knows what the fuck I'm talking. I've never been there. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. Conceptual idea.
No, you got it. I see it.
But it's just it's cold. It's damp. You can still see your breath, but there's still greenery. There's still enough for like, you know.
Doesn't it make you think like Im Summer's like a life bringer? Basically, wherever he walks, he brings like life to whatever around him.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe though.
I'm about to say we didn't see any plants growing. I think I just didn't believe the whole.
I believe that's more greenville personally.
I didn't believe it was the whole frozen thing because I was like the area they're in. It's really weird how they would keep that cold. Like is Aokiji just chilling down there all the time? So it was like,
and there's also 8 other rooms too down there.
And then
got him on ice.
So I was like, okay, it's cold.
Oh, well, I mean, you say that, but the snow fruit's up for grabs.
That is true, which means it's currently inactive and no one's using it.
Or Blackbeard found it because there's a lot of fruit. Like that's the thing. I really like that Oda did with Blackbeard in saying that he's been hunting. Like that's his fucking thing. He's not so much acquiring like land and like crew members as he's acquiring devil fruits, and that's gonna get us a lot of devil fruits we liked seeing back in the day. Back to us, maybe with people who use them a little more aggressively or just in a different way and stuff like that.
When we get back to Wano, the chapter basically, do you think it'd be good for them to show us what's happening with Mihawk and Boa and Kobe, the reverie part, and maybe a little side bit wherever the fuck Blackbeard's going or whatever he's doing?
I think that'll be the next story break.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to see that like after the end of the Fire Festival, like when shit goes bad, boom, da-doom, and then cut to them.
Please, because
I want to see some hands get exchanged.
Exactly.
Yeah, people need to do some things. We've been waiting long enough. Like you can tease with the tip only so much before you gotta deliver some shit. You know what I mean? Like this. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm not trying to be crude. I'm not trying to be.
Oh no, that was perfectly apt.
Are you good? You good? That's exactly what he's been doing too, though.
Yeah. That's remember we were saying earlier on that part gay, just a tip.
It's just
no, this ain't no.
Real quick on the whole fruit thing. So, do you think what could, because you mentioned the hunting? Do you think Blackbeard is doing something different for getting other people's fruit as opposed to when he took Whitebeard's fruit? You know what I mean?
My theory on that is that he well, yes, 100%. I don't believe that he's giving people 2 fruits because that's what he did, and I believe what he did was eat Whitebeard's heart. That's the whole thing.
I think it's got to be unique to Blackbeard to have 2 fruits. I don't think it makes sense anyone else having 2 fruits.
He's born with a second heart. It's a medical condition and it's real. And the not sleeping thing is going to be a part of that. And it's but because he has 2 heartbeats, he has like 2 rhythms, so he's literally like doesn't need to sleep.
Also, like
Blackbeard's basically a Klingon then.
The heart is like the seat of the soul, and that's where the fruit goes. And since you can only have 1 heart besides Blackbeard, okay, so he's not getting a 3rd fruit.
I don't believe he is. That's me.
Oh man, I like it. Someone offering a different perspective, because I feel like the 3 thing would be too easy.
Well,
you know
do you think
I've been meaning to read Jujutsu Kaisen?
People been raving over there, yo.
People have been like just.
Allie's a fan.
Just like
I've never seen that.
If it's that good,
amazing.
You gotta give it up.
Is it good?
It's amazing.
So I'm gonna end up doing a read through one of these days. It's gonna be on Twitter, or
okay.
It's gonna be on Twitch. No, it's gonna be on Twitch, so that I can show some of the panels and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I can just kind of y'all could be with me in the story.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, but
I'm doing with Berserk right now, trying to get my Berserk vibes.
I'm gonna wait for the anime. No. If I waited for the anime, do you know? Like you don't. No.
Don't wait for the anime. Just
what about Solo Leveling?
So whoa,
I'll
get my reaction.
Everybody does the same thing. Like
watch it.
Yeah.
Still haven't read that one either.
You need to.
What y'all need to do is read Jackals and Red Storm throwing out shit. I haven't
throwing out shit.
Jackals and Red Storm. And you said I don't even know.
I don't know.
Listen, do you know how bad it is?
Jackals is signing all the way. It's freaking amazing.
I've literally just started Hunter x Hunter.
Hey, that's my favorite behind.
And my favorite thing about it, all right, it's the only thing I've ever seen with it, but the protagonist is Puerto Rican. Like,
I like it. I don't think I've seen that before.
Ever. Like,
Jackal and Red Dawn.
Jackal, just one. I don't think there's an S.
Jackal.
Yep.
And Red Dawn.
Red Storm.
Red Storm. I see this.
Yeah, okay. Red Storm's a manhwa. It starts off, and then there's a time skip, and then there's some dope stuff on either side of it. So,
have you ever seen a manga or manhwa with a double time skip? I think we've only seen like just one time skip per story.
I think Red Storm's gonna double time skip. Like I really do.
I'm down for the double.
Okay.
I want to see the child go in the teen and go to adult. Some Harry Potter shit without an ending to adult. I hate that. Like when you get to the adult part and you stop, I'm like, yo, I want to see this nigga pay taxes. Like, yo, I
want to leverage his mortgage.
How is he going to get his work family, balance going? Shit.
I want to see Harry Potter start a family vacation in his 40s to regain his manhood. That's what I want to see. I want to see the midlife crisis of Hermione Granger. Okay,
here buy a fucking Harley and ride around the country for no reason.
The deal with his child that turns transgender. That's the one.
Bro, that's gonna be a storyline eventually. That's gonna be a really big storyline.
Oh, fuck! It's too much bullshit around that nonsense.
Yo, it's gonna. I bet it's gonna be a bathroom scene in there too. It's gonna be a lot of people.
Finds herself in the arms of an estranged merman or mermaid. It's 2020. It's gonna be a mermaid. All right.
That's factual.
Speaking of movies, have everybody seen the Sonic movie yet?
Don't talk about it.
Okay.
One thing. Is it good?
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Amazing. That's all I gotta say.
My kids seen it. They said, "Oh yeah, you gonna like it." I said, "Okay."
Way to hype me.
I just don't have no interest in that movie, man.
Aww.
You don't like rolling around at the speed of sound? Places to go.
Bro, I remember Sonic when it first came out, right? I still got the old Sega Master System and that nonsense, but
okay.
No.
And I'm upstairs.
Yo, Jim.
Man, someone's credentials and he's like, "No, you don't get it." I didn't like it.
Well, the other thing, Jim Carrey is also amazing. So
everything he does.
That's right. Well, not everything.
What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
There's some.
That's a good question.
Yo, y'all like the number 20?
That's hard to say. That's hard.
A lot of people
that was good. That was good.
Me, Myself, and Irene is my favorite.
Me, myself.
That's
hilarious.
Bro.
Ace Ventura's got a spot in my heart that'll never be replaced.
Goddamn right. The hairstyle.
I think it's his problem with him. He does have so many good roles. It's hard to pinpoint the best one.
I remember Once Bitten is one of the first movies I ever watched.
I don't even think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's his first movie that he was ever in, and like it's a real bad movie. It's hardly entertaining.
That's straight off of Friday Night Live and that nonsense.
Yeah, he was on Friday Night Live. He was on Living Color, bitch.
Oh yeah.
Do what you want to do.
But you know who surprised, or what comedian surprised me and changed to a serious role? The Uncut Gems.
Oh,
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Dude, Adam Sandler. If you've ever seen Punch Drunk Love, you know that Adam Sandler has a huge well of emotion that he can draw from. Like,
I've seen that.
Especially some parts in Spanglish too, where like, you know, he's gonna lose his hot ass wife. He's a goofy egg-headed Jew. Like that's a hard hit. Hey, Penguino, what's up?
Penguino.
That's his name. That's Penguino.
Oh shit, I see him now. I was in the StreamYard chat. Any other story beats you want to hit here for Wano? That you want to get off your chest?
I think the 9 Scabbards still have a role to play. And we
story?
only saw like
they do.
all 9 on top of them, and we haven't seen all of them in the future.
Who do y'all think Denjiro is? Y'all think it's Kishiro?
Denjiro.
Where is he? Where is he?
Kishiro. That hairline is the same. The wavy
Ali,
hairline.
Ali, you never finished off. You never finished off saying who you think the Witching Hour boy is.
Oh, Hayori Kamusaki.
Oh, okay, Yuri. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Yasu did that to protect her as well, because he knew.
I knew he did that to protect. I
was worried for a bit. I thought that Yasu could have been a traitor back then, and that's why he had so much guilt and turned. Like, he was beloved and stuff like that. But what was the catalyst from turning Yasu from who we see him to? Because it wasn't just right after.
Yeah.
You know,
the second I saw that dude, I made the connection to Musashi and the traveling monk that always kind of interjected himself into. If you've ever read Vagabond or read the story of Musashi, or even just a number of other like manga or Japanese literature, there's always like some kind of monk that interjects themselves to try to teach the individual to moralize or to humanize, or just one of the tenets of Buddhism through the various lessons and hardships of life. And I instantly recognized Ieyasu in that role. And it's exactly what he did, like, and to the point of martyrdom, no less. You know what I mean?
I don't want to take away from that point. That was a really good point. But real quick, Pinguino said something cool in the chat. He said, "Can Denjiro be Kyoshiro only if he was the original Smile sad victim?" I don't know about Kyoshiro, but it would be really dope if that Denjiro was the first Smile victim, and that's why we had him this whole time. That would hit hard.
I have never thought about that.
Right? He's just hiding and shit. He's like, damn, I can't stop smiling.
If it wasn't for the hairline, I would agree. That hairline is too similar.
You know what? You're both right, because neither one of you are wrong right now. But on the same side,
that middleman perch right there.
Hell yeah.
So that's
throw a dog a bone, man.
You know, in chapter 971, didn't Yasui look like he was running to go somewhere? But in this chapter, he was just sitting there waiting for an arrow to come to him.
Oh, you're talking about
that was them letting him know that nobody knew what was going on. Like, people didn't know what was happening in the.
So when he rushed off away and left Toki and Momo there, he got stopped by an arrow. So look, chill, boy, you're not getting nothing.
Yeah.
Wait. Yasu left before the arrow came? I thought he left when the arrow hit.
No, in 971, he was sort of shot off and left them sitting there, didn't he?
So he knew what was going on in the capital?
He was already heading there, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sure that's what it was. Ali's going to check it for us.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm going through to check it out.
I may be wrong. I might have sort of read that bit wrong. I don't know.
I was about to say, because then he would have had like fucking inside info, and he might be the traitor if he was already.
That's what I'm saying. There was a moment that made me go like, and I wonder if that's the
right.
I've got everyone's brain cells clicking here. What's going on?
But okay, so if it was a big event and apparently it took a while, maybe like a day or at least a night to gather all those people up and let people know what's going on. Why didn't how didn't he know? You know what I'm saying? Like
971. Are you sure that's it?
No, it was not 72 when Arrow came, right? Because that's
no, the Arrow, the one before when they're sitting there talking. You know, when everyone says, "Oh, she's too calm. She's not saying nothing about the kids."
Yeah,
I thought it was that one there when he's shut off.
I don't know, man, because I think in 970.
I might be wrong. I'm just gonna try and find it as well. I might be going crazy.
Y'all searching. Fucking Arrow.
I am a bit crazy, but then again, I'm all right because it's like nearly 5 o'clock in the morning for me, so I've got a reason.
Facts. Soldier, toughing this out. Yo, where's his Arrow? Was it 971?
No, the Arrow's in 972, but I'm saying in 971. He was already departed from Tokyo and whatever. I'm sure it was.
You said Yasu is departed?
I was saying Yasu. He left Toki and Momo sitting there to rush over towards where Oden was.
No, he's still sitting 971. No, okay, 970. He's sitting there in the rain.
All right, 972 is when the Arrow gets there and he reads it. And
yeah, I'm thinking before that, another chapter.
Yeah,
I can't even get to it because if I can't come off my phone, so I get kicked out of this chat.
Yeah, no, I don't know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I must be on fucking drugs, man.
Hey, don't you dare blame the drugs.
Yo, why is 973 out already?
The drugs are kicking in.
Bro, I need something.
What is mad about it? Yeah, we're all like in detective mode right now. Like, where the fuck?
I'm trying to figure out why 973 is already out.
It's not.
Oh, what? It's out?
No.
No, it's
winding it up, man.
The troll trailer.
It was on this site, and I was like, hold the fuck up. But no, it says two. Wait, what? It says the chapter will arrive on 2/22/2020. Okay. Bam. But yeah, I'm glad we got that somewhat figured out. I forgot the original question being posed, but fucking what else I have to say? Oh, real quick on your perspective on the whole swords thing. Did Oden have his swords in jail, or Toki got his swords and then left somehow?
It looked like he had them in jail.
I'm gonna go. The way it really looked is he had him in jail, like real talk. And the truth is, without Momonosuke actually being there, they probably didn't take his swords from him. You know what I mean? So the fact that he was willing to just get rid of them, he probably honestly, knowing the style and kind of the pattern, he's like, but if I give up my weapons freely, you free another 100 slaves. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And in doing that, he gave them to his wife, to give to his kids, to send to the future, to fight a dragon. You know, the normal Wednesday shit.
As you do. Momo said he saw his father die, but that didn't happen. What's going on there, in your opinion?
We don't know what he saw.
We know that he said he saw his father die. So I was just saying, like, yeah, because I believe that's what he said, right? He saw his father boiled alive or something like that, and he started.
He was in
yeah,
when
people research, yo.
Yeah, when people found that red poneglyph, that's when like all of them like start crying and then said he seen him get boiled alive and all of that.
Right. So I'm like, so either that was a misprint. He meant
to say he saw him or that he was.
That's what I'm saying. Like that one little word. I don't remember now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even find that fucking chapter, but
right,
we're gonna have to brainstorm it.
Was boiled in piping hot Oden soup.
Okay.
That's not true either. That dude boiled in oil with him in there.
Oh, to that boiling. I was saying in the chat earlier, but do y'all think now that all right? So Oden had Conqueror's Haki. Oden also had Ryo.
Yeah.
But we only saw Ryo. We didn't see him go full armament Haki, and I think for two. Oh, go ahead. What's up?
Sorry, just to interject. Let's just keep it what it's called, Exo Haki. So it's just one term, not Ryo, not advanced armament.
I would agree with you.
Isn't Exo Haki the same shit using for Sanji?
So I think it's different. I think it's different. Like I'm calling it Ryo just to differentiate because it's not the same as armament.
It's the Wano-based technique rather than the Haki one that we were familiar with. I get you.
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay, so what about when Luffy went Kaioken?
That was in the anime, and I don't want to bring up that travesty. I just want to get this off real quick. So,
I believe he could do it.
What? That was this nigga. So we know because Oda said he has Conqueror's Haki. Oden has Conqueror's Haki, and he has Ryo. I believe that Oden is kind of like Luffy in more ways than just the way he acts. Since the flashback is his flashback, the same way Luffy couldn't see certain Haki because he didn't have certain Haki, I believe Oden's the same way. You know what I mean? Because when he clashed with Whitebeard, he didn't Haki up his blades, and I don't think it's because he didn't respect Whitebeard. I just don't think he had it. And then every other time he's had a major fight, we've seen the Conqueror's Haki / intense Haki strikes come up.
Well, he still had there was still the black lightning to indicate the Conqueror's Haki.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like for Conqueror's Haki and like, but not armament. So I was trying to get at the.
No, you're saying because the blades actually touched.
Yeah, they well, no, not that because that would be Ryo and he has that. I meant like his blades weren't black, like in any point in the story. So I was thinking that he doesn't have armament Haki. So the reason he didn't use armament Haki in the pot is because he didn't know he had it, but he still survived. And I think Big Mom has the same thing going on with her. She can stop most of the damage, but she was born with it. Oden had to unlock it through his life journeys and going through hellish torture being in the pot, and he kind of maybe unlocked it at that moment. You know what I mean?
We don't know what horrible shit Big Mom went through before like people gave up on her.
Even more of a reason to think
that
Big Mom has some kind of invisible layer of Conqueror's Haki that either from birth or from crazy experiences. So I'm thinking that Oden unlocked that level, and maybe that's an attainable level now instead of it just being, oh, Big Mom's different. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking that was kind of Oda's way to kind of like, hey, you can do it too if, you know, you go through some crazy shit. Just like
he learned it from the Dark King
during one fight, you know. Well, learning something like
he was chilling with the Dark King and Roger, wasn't he? So he's going to know it.
Yeah, true.
Just like he should have known armament Haki, but he didn't use it against Kaido, one of his greatest opponents. So, you know, he could not have had it. He like the only reason Rayleigh taught Luffy is because he has ass beat without it. Oden already knew, like off instinct, apparently, because he didn't really train. He just kind of grabbed his sword and went at it. He just
what is the function of the sword? Well, hear me out. We know the sword has a kind of will of its own, and that it wants to be mastered. All right. What if, having been fully mastered and acclimated to the individual, it functions differently than we understand it now?
It's almost like a sword gun. Like it's pulling your Haki to put out Ryo, and you don't even have to really try. So that's another reason
spirit sword.
That, Ryo,
yeah, spirit sword. Hell yeah.
That's another reason I think that Oden wouldn't have to need to learn how to use any other Haki because the sword is kind of autopiloting for him. You know what I mean? So it was like
cool. With Vulture, do you think Mihawk's blade is similar to that, but he's got complete control of it?
No.
Oh wait.
And that's my point. What blade's stronger? What do you think stronger, Yoru or Enma?
Before we go to that, real quick,
I say Yoru.
Last question: That's such a good question. Like, what if his sword could actually absorb it, just like Oden's sword, but instead of ejecting it out all the time, it just stays in the sword. So he's constantly feeding it his energy, and
like Escanor.
Well, all right.
Or unless he turned it into a black blade.
He already said that the more you use hockey in the blade, the more it retains and seeps into the blade, and that's how the blade turns black. Like that was already explained, and you
but you got to think of it like this: when he said your energy goes into the sword and seeps into it, you have to kind of eject your energy out of you, and there could be residual energy that leaves or like dissipates into nothing or goes into an attack, like Oden's Ryo attacks. Like it pops out every time because he uses it. But if you're a sword master and a hockey master, it could all stay in the sword, and that's
the same argument with the Kitetsu blades. Like they're saying the guys that made it put their souls into it, which made them as good as what they are. But
see, I still want that to be what I said. It used to be one, like we'll say Nodachi, you know what I mean? One long, giant, fucking murder fuck sword,
like Sephiroth's sword.
Yeah, right. And then they broke it down and reforged it into 3 fords to mitigate the curse, but all 3 are still cursed.
It's funny how Shusui is a black blade, but it's not on that same level.
I know. I wanted that. We need to know more about that because I want him to get it back. I don't like how easily he gave it up. Don't get me wrong, I like Enma, but if he had Shisui, Enma, and
Nidai Kitetsu.
No, Owazamono. Fuck Kitetsu. Get rid of that. Like, and kept Owazamono because he's not getting rid of that ever.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to form that into one of the best blades.
Yeah, he gonna turn.
Is Wada Ichimonji the one in his mouth?
That's the one in his mouth, the white one, right?
Yes.
That's when I'd say Zoro
he
could
finna turn it into a black blade.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be his first blade to turn black because he's had it the longest. Other blades have broken or been rusted or whatever while he's had that. You know what I mean? He's had that the longest. And I firmly 100% believe that the aesthetic of black on white is going to look sexy.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. Because I think, if everything falls in line with what I'm thinking with the hockey thing, that he definitely had enough time to let the residual hockey he's had throughout his whole life, even though it could be, not at 100%, but when he gets his hockey up to like a great, control, he can put as much hockey in the blade as he wants at any time. I feel like that's definitely going to be a.
We got 10-minute warning real quick, just so everybody knows. 10 minutes. Put it down.
It's going to be fire.
Cool.
But yeah, what topic do you want to hit in these last 10 minutes, man?
Last 10 minutes, just overall feelings. Like, I want not just like an in-depth, like what you think of this person, just the whole flashback in itself, how necessary it was, and stuff like that.
Well, I enjoyed it. I just think some of the stuff should have been explained more better, but hopefully the fights can compromise for that, and hopefully the final war and everything can be done well. Keep the fights well, and then we can excuse Oda for the other stuff.
All right.
I would definitely.
Jaded.
You next?
Still Jaded, man. He's brought in too many characters, not really given enough details on them, and he's not really flushed out enough people to explain a lot of shit. He's just half-assed it.
That kind of feeds into what I was going to say. I like
He's just half-assed it. He's like, don't bring all these people.
He can half-ass it. Just do the fights like
I'm not even worried about fights too much. The fighters are good, but I'm not even worried about that. I'm thinking, don't give someone a half story. Give them more importance to the story. Not
true.
I don't mind them having a fight, but we know Oda's off-screen Oda. They do nothing like that.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That is true.
At least let us go back to a little off-screen fight of Mihawk taking down all those ships. At the very least.
At the very least.
Yeah, man. Just swipe all them ships in one hit and see what's going on.
So do you think Kobe is going to capture Boa?
Nope.
No, if
or
anything, to let her like
because she's beautiful. You know the rule.
Like about like they're gonna find out that they're each connected to Luffy.
Yep, exactly.
It's gonna be more of a all right, super
friendship
cool. Here's
team
the
up
deal.
thing.
Like,
Depends on who's going with Kobe.
So on that, Val, you know, there's like 100 times where Oda has dangled something in our face and then he's completely backflipped it. So
yep.
the fact that everyone and their grandma's saying it, you don't think there should be a counter theory out there to Boa and Kobe high-fiving about Luffy? I feel like
it's going to be something bad, but I think it's going to be something sword-related. Like, I genuinely feel like they're going to use her because they have no problem with pirates. Well, or being associated with pirates or being pirates in order to service their goal. So I can genuinely see, all right, hey, you help us with this thing because he's in Wano. We need somebody in there. We can't just go in there because we don't have any presence. But you can go in there under the guise of helping Luffy because you're part of his armada and we fucking know that. And if you don't, we will just Buster call the fuck out of Amazon Lily.
So you think
because they still need
piggyback off of that.
What do you
piggyback off to that? What do you think the SSG is then?
The what?
That is the sort of.
Yes, the SSG stuff. That
is part of the sword, isn't it?
Super Science Gang.
Oh,
Super Science.
Yo, man, it's legit.
Oh, I don't know. I honestly, maybe it's how much I've been smoking. Maybe it's midnight.
My thing was my whole thought process on that when that was brought up. I was thinking that since Fujitora, since Vegapunk found a way to do shit with Kizaru's fruit and convert it into lasers, I was thinking that since Fujitora was super gung ho about shit, they did something with Fujitora's fruit, and now there's a whole bunch of niggas with gravity weapons in this bitch. Gravity ships, and now we got ships flying and shit. Yo, that'd be fire.
Right.
That'd be fire. Gravity manipulation with the government. How wild would that be? And now it would help them with their purge because if they found a way to make fucking gravity technology, they don't even have to like run and hide from the flood that may or may not happen. They can just float above it. Since flying is one of
the ability to shoot.
So would you like a pacifist doing an almighty push?
That would just be Kuma though. Like
wow.
Like low grade, like Kuma, very low grade.
What do you mean Kuma doesn't have a big? He doesn't have an AOE attack though. Besides Ursa.
No, that's what I'm saying. It would be low grade. I'm not saying it would be him.
Who's that revolutionary with the cat
on the same level as Kuma? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That revolutionary, the cat guy, the one, is it Lindbergh or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done that ice machine like Aokiji. We've seen pacifistas with their fucking laser. It's got to be a magma cunt out there somewhere.
It got magma like grenades or some shit. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Allie, your turn. Final thoughts?
I have enjoyed the backstory in its entirety, even with what was it, 970 that made us all mad-ish.
Mad-ish.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there is things about Oda's writing that he used to do that he's clearly not doing now, but it's also like, if we're looking at Wano as a whole, I'm not trying to judge certain things without more time, I guess. I'm not trying to, because then I feel like I'm just going to talk myself into a place that I can't like justify like why this means anything. And then it's like
expectation versus reality thing again.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what we did with the Oden backstory, that everybody had this, like, and it's not just our fault. It's the editors, it's Oda himself, like, just, hey, this backstory is about to be amazing. And it is. It is for what it is, but it's not the best.
Man, it's putting the pussy on a pedestal again.
It was too fast. If he slowed it down, it would have been fine. I feel like if he would have slowed it down, showed a little bit more things, explained I don't know. Like the 5-year thing, I think that was fine. That everybody had like an issue with that part, like skipping past that. But like the thing is, it was supposed to show that nothing happened in Wano for those 5 years. When we see Wano now, that's exactly what Orochi was going to do then. If Oden never came back or something like that, like, or he couldn't even do that then. They had to wait till Oden was actually dead to do some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, there was no way that was going to happen. And even if Oden would have got his sword, like had his swords and like, I'm out of here, like I'm slicing this out, Kaido, I'm going after you. And then like, because I was like, my biggest thing is that if Oden wanted to take Kaido down, he could have took Kaido down by himself while they were there, and then had the Berry dude, the old dude, Higurashi, isn't that his name? Or is it the...
I honestly
forgot. Kurozumi Geza, yeah.
They could have waited till he could have just stood there and it's like, after he beat Kaido, went and healed up, and then came back and like, okay, I'm gonna wait till this dude can't hold his stamina, can't hold this berry up no more. And once this is down, I'm after you. So I felt like that he could have, if he was willing to wait that long to protect Wano, why couldn't he just wait it out? But I feel like the whole point is, if he did that, Wano wouldn't have got to see what Oden did. And I think that's the biggest part about how Oda tells the story, is that everybody has to see these grand moments so that everybody understands what's happening in this moment. Everybody got to see why Oden is the amazing person he is, thanks to Shinobu. It wasn't Oden that said it, it was Shinobu. So I don't know. It's the people's experience versus I'm telling you what you should feel. I told you I saved you. Now you don't believe me. They figured it out on their own after the fact, after getting certain knowledge. And I just feel like the whole backstory is just watching us walk behind Oden and just watch what he's doing, watch what he observes, watch his interactions. And then we understand why opening the borders in a sense is so important to him. But we're not privy to anything else outside of that. So that's why the backstory is frustrating, because we only got to find out what we needed to know right now. Other stuff is going to get fleshed out. And I don't think he's just going to half-ass it. I really feel like he's going to explain things that were the biggest issues. He's going to explain at some point.
Hopefully.
Right. And that's a good segue into my final thoughts. And that is that, wait, what?
Nah, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Oh, did you have more to say? I don't want to.
Oh no, I just didn't get to fucking say my thoughts because Lauren kept asking questions.
Okay, no.
It's all good. Oh wait, so was your final thoughts gonna be the final thoughts? Because I can just go after you.
Yeah, that's. The
point. Shit. Okay, well let me get my shit off real quick. Let this man, end this right. Just real quick, nothing too complicated. Even though I can't get long-winded. I really like the flashback. You know what I'm saying? My character was tried the other day because people kept saying I ain't like the flashback. I like the flashback. I can give it, I like giving things numbers. This don't have to mean shit to anybody, but I just think it's like, if of a flashback, you know what I'm saying, you compile them all, I would give it a 7. There was some crazy moments in here. Not everything is about fights. Not everything isn't not about fights as well. You know what I'm saying? Fights is a part of the story. Our main character hits people in the face when he don't like what they say. So fighting is part of the story, but we didn't get a lot of those. Me personally, I believed that the fight between Kaido and Oden was supposed to be one of the most important moments in the whole flashback, helping us piece together parts of the story that we were wondering from before. Was I wrong? Probably, because that might not have been even the whole point of the fight. He might have given us crumbs to put together how to defeat someone like Kaido through the things Oden did, through the people he saw and interacted with. Just like I said, with the whole him standing in the pot could have something to do with the way Big Mom is and all these different things. Like, it's just, he doesn't want to put everything in our face. You know what I'm saying? I said this wasn't going to be long. It's probably going to be long. But him...
Yeah, Valen's only got 2 minutes.
I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to go. In the whole thing with him having a weird amount of forethought toward the end of his life, especially when he died, when he gave Toki the letter, when he asked Orochi in front of everyone, hey, are you going to let me go after this? Kind of showing that he was a scumbag from jump. He wasn't going to honor anything Oden said or did. And that was an important moment. I just wish he had that kind of forethought before. In the 5 years, yes, the whole place was in peace, but I saw this tweet the other day about someone saying that if every character in One Piece was like Law, One Piece would be boring. And I feel like a lot of people want people in One Piece to be like Law and to kind of be a subterfuge ass nigga at every moment in time and like doing secret squirrel shit. But that's not everybody. Everyone wants everyone to be an underhanded ass nigga and know how to twerk shit from the shadows. That's not it. Oden definitely wasn't that dude. I don't know how many times the man was called an idiot and naive. So it was like, you got to accept the characters for who they are. Luffy can't cook, and I think that's reprehensible, but he can knock a building apart. So you do what you do. And one of the things Oden did was stand in the pot for an hour. I don't know who's doing that in these streets. He played a part. Exactly. Yeah. So people played their part, and sometimes you got to let people play their part and not expect them to play the part that you want them to play. And that's One Piece in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it is a cartoon, so.
Big old facts.
Oh.
So yeah, that's all I had to say. I had to get it out before the 10-minute, you know what I'm saying, 10-minute clip. Go ahead, Valen.
I actually took down notes because I'm a little high. I don't normally do that.
Yo, I was thinking about the same thing.
We all struggling.
We all know what it is.
I like it.
It's after midnight, all right? In the words of Eric Clapton, we're going to let it all hang out.
It is midnight. Right. 2:06.
That's right. It's after, baby. All right.
I'm seeing sunlight again.
All right. The thing about Oda and his writing style is he's a weaver. So at first you think you understand what he's making. Oh man, that's a nice fucking napkin. Oh no, that's not a napkin. That's a towel. Oh shit, that's not a towel. That's a blanket. Oh shit, that's not a blanket. That's a whole duvet cover. I'd have been goddamn dead. All right, that's cool. Oda loves to do that shit. He's like, no, you think what I'm doing, but I'm not doing this. You're watching this. I got this over here. We're doing things. All right. And he kind of builds a tapestry in that. And the way you look at it can't be from a simple, like, one-to-one perspective straight on. You got to take a few steps back and a fucking couple 100 steps up. Kind of like when you're looking at one of those fucking field mazes or corn mazes that they do in the shape of like Mario or like hearts or whatever the fuck, somebody fucking a goat. You know, they do shit like that, and that's what it is. It's like the fucking, crop circles and shit. You see them from above for what they really are, but in below it just looks like a bunch of tracks. And that's what Oda does, and he's so good at it that people forget. People forget to look at the tapestry. All right, they're so busy looking at the material that they're not looking at the tapestry. And then every time Oda's like, "Oh yeah, but I finished. What do you guys think?" And everybody's like, "Oh." They lose their shit. All right. That said, I do believe he overshadowed himself and the story he was trying to tell by including Roger and Whitebeard so prominently.
Oh, shit, I forgot to mention that. Good catch. I forgot about that.
Like
I feel like they took away from the flashback a little bit.
But he overshadowed himself just that little bit because he was trying to tell the story, but what we want to know is everything he did in relation to Roger. You know what I mean? Like, we were still stuck on Roger when he returned to Wano. We were like, man, he's just gonna go die now. He's just gonna go. This is the long time. Like, he's just
like,
you know what I mean?
Like what you're saying, Valen. It's like everyone's saying they don't like the backstory right now, but you watch a year down the line when they've pieced it all together, they were like, oh shit.
How many more chapters in One Piece make sense?
There's so many blanks to be filled.
To fill in the blanks and missing pieces that we hate or don't like about the flashback that will make sense, because once the time fruit comes in, like clownery, to quote. Clownery, clowns come back to back, or come back to bite. Whatever.
It's gonna be like Infinity War. Doctor Strange open all them portals.
Right? Yeah.
One of these niggas coming through.
Shit, Doctor. Exactly. It's gonna be some fucked up ass shit.
Was that you?
We half expecting Blue Nose fruit back in Wano or something.
Yo, Blue Nose fruit comes back again, I'm done.
And I honestly believe that the way he tells the story and how he pieces it all together is the magic that keeps us coming back to One Piece. It's that beautiful spark that he brings that keeps us so intrinsically attached. Even love it or hate it, we're still like, oh, there's the chapters out, fucking chapter out. You know what I mean? Like, we're there with it. And she knows what I'm talking about. Like,
get it in my vein.
Listen, I can't help myself, but my brother gets spoiled all the time. He reads it now and again, and I go to his house and I tell him everything.
I'm not staying up for nothing else but One Piece, honestly.
That part and that long-term vision and beauty that goes into the tapestry that is One Piece that keeps us coming back and makes everything great. So I look forward to seeing what this particular tapestry becomes, because right now it's unfinished. It's beautiful. It's got some spots that are shinier than others and detract from some other places, but all in all, it's telling a really good story in a very good direction. The ending matters more so in the beginning than the beginning and the middle, simply because it ties everything together. The middle is the hunch point. This is where we're at, the slow point. All right, this is the downward motion. This take us away from the present and into something else to settle what ended on a very tumultuous note. Like the raging sea ukiyo-e that was like the foreground of the whole picture, and then standing there and or actually Tango was the background in the foreground, but you know what I mean? Yeah. And I genuinely believe that it's about to get turned. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, just
it's that roller coaster.
What's those predictions looking like, Valen?
Predictions? I'm not. No.
You're not doing it.
You said no. You said no.
No, it's coming back to the new timeline. You can't give a prediction.
I don't see. Here's the thing. I've said this before. I don't know if you were in this. I was in a. It was almost a year ago in one of Dustin's things. He asked me what I wanted from Wano, and I'll tell you what I want. I want to be wrong. I want to guess things, and I want to be subverted at every cost, because I want him to challenge my expectations of what we think One Piece is and how it should be, simply because it's his, and he's the only fucking person that can tell us how One Piece is and supposed to be. If we don't like it, that's whatever. We don't gotta like soup. It's still fucking soup. You know what I mean?
One thing about that kind of like thinking though, do you think it's right for Oda to kind of, I guess, mulch up his story to kind of subvert our expectations for the fact of subverting it? You know what I mean?
Well, regardless, he already said years ago that if somebody guesses what he's going to do, he'll change it. He has literally said it already.
Well, I think he should have just not hyped up as much as he did.
I'm about to say, so I know what he said, but I'm asking, how are you feeling about him changing a story that you already loved and that was already subverting you at every turn, but he's changing it just because because he's almost essentially not telling his story at that point, right?
I'm okay with that. He's still got the finishing. He knows what he's doing.
He got to a finish, but it might not be the finish.
Honestly,
the finish might have been the shit. But some dude in Iowa figured it out. So now we get some secondhand shit because he don't want to do Iowa to be right.
I'm an apologist when I say this, but the truth is, with anything that he does, the things before and after what we're talking about matter. Like, because the ascent of Whole Cake Island leading into Wano, like, that's important to Wano. You know what I mean? Like, everybody leaving and getting in, waiting for Jinbei, like, understanding that there's more to come, like, in all that jazz, because there was more people left behind. Like, that's relevant. Not necessarily important, but relevant, I guess we'll say. You know what I mean? And that's what Oda does. So before and after matter just as much as the solid between. Like, if we go from this to Elbaf, it's going to seem like too many highs. Like, we need to have another, like, slight dip into something else. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a Foxy boxing.
Please, God, no. That hurt my feelings.
But a real Davy back fight.
Oh, yes. An actual fight.
A Davy back fight with Shanks' crew.
I thought that the Davy back fight in that arc
that could be your one-on-one.
That arc, because I thought it was going to be actual stakes. Like they was going to leave the arc and one of the crew members wasn't going to be there. And they had to go back something, because that arc was just, it wasn't it for me. So I thought the actual Davy back fight was going to introduce some interesting stakes. So I hope it's brought back.
That's kind of why I said that. Like, I do believe the Davy back fight was such a great concept. And reintroducing the island that the Davy back fight originated on. Like,
I thought it was going to show something.
Happens to be chilling there collecting devil fruit. Nah, B. Nah.
So is that how Blackbeard's going to take Robin in a fair square?
I think he's going to try to. And you know what I mean? Like,
I need it to succeed this time. I need the Davy back fight to have consequences. You know what I'm saying? And they can rectify the consequences later. But I just need it to happen. I need Robin to be like, oh, I'm at all, and then just leave.
That's gonna be the catalyst fight for. That's gonna be the start of Luffy and Blackbeard's like actual fight. It's the Davy back fight going into that, because once he tries to take Robin, then Luffy ain't having it no more.
That's the common thread. She'll go with Aokiji because she knows that he just straight up won't let her die. He doesn't. He's big in his conscience to let her die.
So he's there to protect her when Blackbeard actually
happen.
That's right.
That makes so much sense.
Aokiji gets killed.
The big
that would be how he dies saving Robin. But
and then Nami gets the chill fruit. Man, we are coming up with shit today.
Don't even
the chill.
Yo,
she went from that fucking snow crap to fucking chill fruit.
Or carrot.
Yeah, everybody
Don't forget carrot.
Fruit. I'm like, let her be great for who she is. God damn.
It's
like, she'd be great if she had bigger titties. No, she's great. All right, she's great.
You can be greater.
Leave them titties alone. The titties fine. It's good.
Like, not like Nami. Like, people always trying to make something better when something's already fucking great.
Listen, I need Nami to get stronger. Ashaki putting people in headlocks and hand flips and breaking wrists. I need all my girls.
Ashaki was on Rock's crew. She was that spider person they talk about. I don't care what anybody says or what it looked like in the past with Moira and all those other bodies, even though they're probably right.
There's that Marine that's got a spider tattoo as well. I reckon that could be her daughter.
Right? Obviously it's part of the spiders. She answers to Crowler.
My goodness.
Jesus.
Right? That's the crossover we've been waiting for.
This whole time.
You know, Imsama's Gin.
This whole time.
That's why Horikoshi been waiting. He's been waiting on Oda to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Get this motherfucker.
So this is the Dark Continent. We're just waiting for everybody to get
God damn.
Yo, confirm.
Wait, bro.
Right now. That is the One Piece universe is the Dark Continent that
pull up on Wano. Hey, see Zunisha walking by. I'm weak.
The thing I love about Zunisha the most is that it's a Salvador Dali painting. Like, that's like my fucking favorite.
Ooh.
All these facts.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
We need to do a video on like all these like weird, like you get like 20 of them facts and do a video.
I was really expecting the giant turtle to come into play as well.
Oh yeah, the Wano turtle's back.
Yeah, I was really expecting that.
Manitou. Or whatever. Sorry, up here, the the ancient Iroquois would call it the Manitou, the island turtle that we all live on.
There's been so many movies with the island turtle. What's the one?
I love my favorite incarnation of that is probably the lion turtle from Avatar.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But there's another one. It's shit now.
The one from Finding Nemo.
Pokemon Torterra.
That dude was
it
fire.
was a really big turtle. It came out the ground. It was like it's a throwback.
I think he was high still when you saw that.
And Detective Pikachu or what? Like
it was the one from Stephen King universe, the one like created the universe or something, or was that?
Was it one of the Godzilla movies? Like you said, old school, right?
No, not like.
So it was a part of the movie, or the movie was about that turtle.
No, the turtle was in the movie, but the mug was in the ground and came out the ground, and it had shell and trees on its back. I can't remember the movie, but I can see that mug. It was huge.
There was a turtle in God of War that Faye lived in, but that's probably not what you're talking about.
No.
Well, Joy Boy already called Zunisha Pluton in his video.
Zunisha Pluton.
Yeah, he said it was a walking
I'm not against
ship.
Yeah, it could have been in Alabasta, chilling under the sand, you know what I'm saying? You know, staying out the heat, and then someone told it to move because someone was coming for it. How did that be interesting?
I think the Minx was in Wano and got like when the voice history happened, they got sent out of Wano because that's when like all the separation started, and like I wonder if that's when Mer people was sent to the sea.
Well, if the Minx was sent out of Wano,
Minx and Wano had something to do with with Orochi's clan.
Kurozumi.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make like the Kozuki like the enemy of the Mink if they rule Wano?
No, it depends on how it all played out.
Oh.
No, they closed the borders to protect them. Like, okay, they did it to protect Wano from outside forces, with the weather and stuff like that to keep the nonsense that's happening out that way. And we just gonna protect ourselves over here. But we're cool with this mink tribe that's on this elephant. Now, do you see that? Like Wano is elevating. We got this tunnel in the middle, but this mug is high up off the ground, from where
it would make sense that Zunisha would be able to,
get out the waterfall.
Zunisha is able to walk up to that mug, kind of in a way. Also, Dressrosa is lifted off the ground.
You can use his trunk as like a bridge or some shit, and they just walked onto him and just lived their life.
So Valen, what you're thinking right now is that little island on Onigashima where they stand watching the island, Zunisha just parks up in between. So they can just walk over.
Shoot, if she gets to sit down, she'll be happy. Shit, she been walking for how many years?
1,000 years.
See, she'll be able to stop walking once the borders open, because then, like, once all that happens, that's when the command is done. I feel like.
Oh yeah, so it's like they closed the borders, and like I guess secretly got the minks out on Zunisha, and they just left.
Well,
Not secretly,
it could make sense if you close the borders. You told her she can't come back until
the borders
open again. Yeah.
Fire. I like it. Oh yeah, and then Zunisha's big enough to sit in the turbulent water and make it calm because she stops all the waves and shit.
She needs a break.
Facts.
And like Savodi is for the Fishman Island. That's where they're gonna go with the Noah park there.
A lot of people think they're going up to Mary Joie because it's like right up there.
No, I think they've got to be close to the water. I think it's pointless going another 10,000 meters up.
Plus, if that mug is going to go kaboom, because I feel like that needs to go down. And if it doesn't go down, then like who's going to sit up there?
Oh yeah, no, wait. The actual theory was that the Mary Joie is coming down with the red line. It's going to destroy Fishman Island. That's what
exactly. It and they get Sabado.
All right.
If Reverse Mountain goes down, they can park themselves in the middle of that. Control the four seas with all the big.
All right. Real quick, I'm jumping in and interrupticus. Sorry about that. But the wording that they're using is peculiar. Those who sank this country from the outside world. All right, sank, took down. All right, it's a weird wording, and I just, since we're talking about it, what role do you think Zunisha had to play in that? What crime or criminal portion did she play that forced her to walk?
Sank the country, but it's elevated right now.
Exactly.
Maybe it was a sky island and it fell a little thing.
She's big enough to tear something down. Like if
it was a sky
there was a part of like another, not say sky island, but like a pillar island or something that was like a bloom, like big on top, like a stem, like a broccoli island, we'll say.
That would be that too. I'm gonna go with that, but real quick, what if Zunisha was part of whoever was called the continent pullers, and they just went around pulling down sky islands and putting them together, or sky like territories, or like you said,
I don't think sky island because
or
like actual tangible stuff. Like
I don't think sank is sank in the way of that. It's like more like and like now I can't even think of the word that describes the type of word that word is. Sank is like an analogy for that's not the word I want to use, but like it didn't really sink, but the world has. It's like Game of Thrones, how they said like Wanda went into this winter, like everybody went into this winter from whatever. Like I don't even think she committed a crime. I think she got like commanded. They just think it's.
Oh, you think she think it's her?
Or she could be related to them things in the Florian Triangle.
Those things.
All right, well, we definitely shot this over by about a half an hour, so I'm gonna close it up. This is leaving us with, as you can tell, far more questions than we have answers, possibly.
Always.
And that's the great part.
Next chapter.
Not just One Piece, but manga in general.
We did get an answer though that that Hunter x Hunter and One Piece is connected. And the Dark we did get that factoid.
Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, interconnected universe is confirmed. So
facts.
At least something came out of it.
One Piece is the Dark Continent.
When we go back to the next chapter, we're going to be seeing either Weevil with Marco or Neko at the very least. Neko's got to come back soon.
Or we're going to see Don Freeze, the Lurky Legend.
Big
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo, his dad.
Facts. Facts.
Is everyone caught up to Hunter x
Hunter?
Hunter?
Show up.
I've only just started the anime on Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, you haven't read the manga yet?
No.
Oh, all right.
Ignore what I just said. I didn't say nothing.
Nobody knows nothing about nothing.
Nobody knows anything.
A dark what? What are you talking about?
All right. Revelation,
I'm okay with being spoiled. I don't
epic
mind.
magnitude aside, this has been an amazing stream. I want to thank Vulture for showing up, being here, start to finish. Love the energy, kept it up with me. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Hunter, you too. Loner, Ali, you came in. You just kept that energy going. I appreciate it so much. Obviously, to JD Legend for showing up in the beginning and helping get things going. And yeah, I just want to remind everybody that life happens in every direction. All right, so let's be compassionate. Let's be aware. All right, you guys have a good one.
Night, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.
Bye. Where's the button? All right, there.
Can't find it. I hate that.